Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Great to see all of you. I wanted to do something new this stream, and I was like, you know what? Let me just sit down for the stream because sometimes when I'm standing up and like lightly pacing a little bit, I get a little too hype for y'all. So let me go ahead and greet everybody, especially all of our channel members. You guys are how we keep the proverbial lights on there. So thank you. And let's go ahead and say what's up. So, first in the chat, it's been a long time. You remember that song? Was it like Wiz Khalifa or something? It's been Kurt 24, my man. First in chat. I mean, I'm surprised that you took it, that you didn't give it to anyone else. I mean, I'm glad you deserve it. We all know you're first, right? So thank you. And Kurt 24 is also a channel member. So thank you. Appreciate you. Dang old Matt, a close second. Also a channel member. Appreciate you coming in, brother. Toy Town Inc. What's up, brother? Another channel member. Great to see you. 717 Rider. What's up, brother? Another channel member. Johnny Ba. Great to see you, my guy. Another channel member. Let's see. Johnny Ba. Kurt 24. BV Luminous. What's up, my man? Another channel member. We got Live Life. Alabama in the house. What's up, brother? Another channel member. Great to see you. Taco. Send a kit. Another channel member. Great to see you. Let's see, Kurt 24. Too many choices, my guy. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Another channel member. Sorry, let me just see. Oh, dang, look at this. So my ish doesn't even hold on one second. I gotta fix the chat. Hang on. Okay, my apologies. Okay, I'm back. So too many choices. What's up, brother? Another channel member. Let's see. Live Life, Taco Syndicate. Hey, Fire Rider, my guy. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Another channel member. JLM, another channel member, my guy. What up? Santi Misfit, what's popping? Bing, 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 boom, boom, boom. I know the music is catchy. What can I say? The music is catchy. Great to see you. Let's see. Fire Otter, Taco Syndicate, too many choices. JLM, JC9. What's up, fam? Another channel member. Dark, have you listened to the song Rich Men North of Richmond? Of course. Of course. Excellent song. I think it's a great song about minors and minors. Yeah, it's a good song. It's a good song. I encourage everyone to listen to it. I don't know if there's a way maybe I could if I could pull it off, I would I'd play it. Maybe we could. So I was talking to the turkeys on this because this stream is monetized. So maybe if I do it in like a whatchamacallit, like a fair use sense where I'm actually like listening to it, pausing it, doing commentary over it, then maybe, just maybe, I won't get hit with a copyright strike or copyright claim or whatever you want to call it. Too many choices. Anti Misfit. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. What's up, brother? Another channel member. Hey, ADXR 920. What's up, fam? Another channel member. Great to see you. Taco Syndicate. Snoring Rich, my guy. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Another channel member. If Kurt 24 is first, who does number 2 work for? Ooh. There is a conspiracy. Blue Curtain Burner, another Chinamemba. What up? No shoulder rig tonight? Nah, I mean, to be fair, I got 36 rounds in my pants right now, so I'm all right with no shoulder rig. I'll switch it up for tonight. I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it tonight, you know. Mostly because let me move this real quick. So this shirt is a super, it's the Sweet 50. I don't know if you've seen this. It's a super rare MD Arsenal shirt, right? Now, when I got it, it was they were running out. They were almost completely out of the shirts, and I was physically at MD Arsenal doing a training course. I was doing a basic rifle course, but I will be there this weekend as well. So you guys are welcome to come kick it with me, or you know, any assassination attempts are welcome as well. And we'll get to that in a moment. But so they only had a few left, and it was like small, medium, large, and triple XL. Well, I'm a double XL. By the way, I'm a double XL. So if anyone wants to send me some gear, you know what I'm saying? I'm down. I'm down to rock some merch. You know what I'm saying? Some 1776 merch, some anything double XL that's like in our wheelhouse of patriotic shit, anything with guns on it. I'm just kidding. You don't need to send me gear. But so the only one they had left was a triple XL, and I was like, but I want this shirt so bad. It is a dope shirt. It's a 50 cal made out of like delicious treats, right? Including like candy, ice cream, waffles, sprinkles, all sorts of stuff. But they only had a triple XL. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get it and then I'm gonna like wash it, throw it in the dryer, and it'll shrink, right? And then it'll be fine. Well, what happened was it shrunk a little bit, but the neck hole stayed like this big. So when I rock a shoulder rig on this big old neck hole shirt, it starts like leaning, looking like a V-neck, and I'm like, I can't have that, man. I look sloppy, messy. Can't do it. Um, that was an exceptionally long answer to one question. But I will be at MD Arsenal this coming up weekend, and I'll let you guys know all about that. So that's why there's no shoulder rig this evening. So let's see who else we got. Testing 1 2 3. Taco Syndicate, JC9. Hey, Barton Fink, what's up, brother? Miami Vice was on back in 1984. That's probably true. I was never a Miami Vice guy. Like just because I absolutely love and adore shoulder holsters doesn't mean I'm a Miami Vice guy. I'm sorry. Let's see who else we got. Kurt 24. We got William Baloney. What's up, fam? Good to see you. Another channel member. Great to see you. Agorizer, my guy. What up? Another channel member. Kurt 24, JC9, Barton Fink, Mike McClune, the Goon. What's up, fam? Good to see you. Another channel member. Grilled fish and roasted veggies was for dinner this evening. Feel free to throw in what you guys had for dinner because it just helps me throw off the algorithm a little bit. And yeah, any guesses as to what firearms are behind me too are welcome this evening as well. So let's go ahead and hit the honorable mentions in chat as well. We got Flying Rich Firearms, baby. What's up, man? We got Damian Christ. What's up, brother? Good to see you. We got, I'm just scrolling. Soldier Girl in it. Hey, what up? Guns from the Grave. What's up, brother? Long time no see. Good to see you. Seriously Podcast. DLD, what's up, brother? Seriously Podcast. Great to see you. DLD, the copyright on Richmond is still up for debate. So if you play the song, you definitely won't get a strike, but doing the commentary over would be a good idea. Thank you. Appreciate that. Wesley Foster, what's up, fam? Good to see you. Low Crow Trek there, America. What up? Good to see you. Warsaw Patriot, what's up, brother? DLD, the Dark Knight. Yeah. Great to see you, man. Who else? I saw some. Hey, I want to ride. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Horsepower Greed. What up? Great to see you. And who else we got? I saw some more in here. Slide Bite. What's up, fam? Good to see you. Anybody else that's in chat? Make sure you just sound off in chat. And hey, okay, hold on. I gotta address this. My man Bugaloo. Where'd it go? It was the funniest comment ever. Blue glow stick. Hold on. Let me see where it is. He said, yo, so Bugaloo, what's up, brother? Good to see you. He said, yo, I totally met Amish folks that are down to boog. Yeah, I don't even want to know how that conversation went. Like, how did you go from greeting to there? Like, man, that's intense. But great to see you, nevertheless. Who else? Sound off in chats. Hey, Safety Haba, great to see you. Warsaw Gort, what's up, brother? Another channel member. Of course, we got Johnny Bach, Kurt 25, JC Na, OMG VTech. What's up, Flying Rich Firearms? Good to see you. OMG VTech. Is it like are you talking like VTech like the Honda engine? Is that I'm just curious. I just don't know. DLD After Dark was wondering if you would like me to join you on the panel and we can chat and discuss the topic. Which are you talking tonight? I did. So that's one of the things I'm doing. I'm opening up to basically a viewer's visit tonight. Okay. Now I'm not just going to throw the link out there for anyone to come in because that shit just turns into a mess. But if you do want the link, then and you actually want to come on and kick it and have a conversation, mostly about the current status of the world. But also we could just talk about, guns, EDC, carrying shit, like best practices. I'm going to be going to some training this weekend at MD Arsenal with the Tactical Turkeys, doing an intermediate pistol course and an intermediate carbine course. this Saturday and Sunday on the 19th and 20th. So feel free, come and see me, come see what's up. Like I said, anyone's welcome. It is an event that you have to pay for. I'm paying for it. I'm not getting in for free. You know what I'm saying? So anyone's welcome, and also any assassination attempts are welcome as well. Eagle Run 23, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Another channel member. Gort, my guy, another channel member. Great to see you. And anyone else, if I missed you, feel free to sound off. All my peeps. Hey, Agorizer, Armitage, all my guys up in here. So what you do if you want to get on, go ahead and send me a link, or send me a DM on Instagram, and just say send me the link. And I'm not going to bring a whole ass load of people in here, but we'll bring a couple people in here. And also you could either do a DM on Instagram, or you can email me. And if somebody could drop my email in chat, that'd be awesome. Let's see. Farmer James, what up? Only 17 likes, my dudes. Great to see you, man. Z, great to see you. Another channel member. And introducing our first guest for the evening, Flying Rich.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
Good, good. Not in jail, not in speech jail, any kind of jail.
That's good. That's good. Trying to renew membership, but my card is out of date. Oh, that sucks, man. Hey,
I've always wondered what it'd be like to go to a dealership and just drop stacks of hundreds and buy a car.
Maybe you should
maybe someday.
Maybe you should get some real money instead of using that fake cartoon money.
The cartoon money won't work.
Cartoon money won't work. Yeah. All right. So have you seen the movie 1984?
Actually, no, I didn't read the book or see the movie. I was going to read the book in 1984, but
so I'm asking about
drinking.
Yeah, of course. I'm asking just out of curiosity if you've seen the movie and the remake, because there was so much that resonates. So especially like for me, growing up in the let's call it the later half of the 80s and the 90s, seeing the transition of technology at the beginning of the millennium was crazy. And I felt like, I don't know, that part of it resonated with me. Like hey, Rudy Finney, bro, dang, Rudy Finney just gifted 10 DLD After Dark memberships, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. You are my guy. Thank you, man. And I thought, hey, Sport Brand, what's up, brother? Dang, we got Sport Brand, Tech Money, all channel members, Agorizer, Aaron Staton. So Aaron Staton was gifted a membership. Misty Miss Wayne was gifted a membership. Slide Bite was gifted a membership. Ron Wayne was gifted a membership. Sport Brand was gifted a membership. Tech Money was gifted a membership. Jeez. Nice. AA Ron was gifted a membership. Guns from the Grave was gifted a membership. Man Against the Masses was gifted a membership. And Not My Name was gifted a membership. Bro, Not My Name was just saying, he was like, I'm trying to do it, but I want to renew my membership, but my card's expired. And boom, look at that. Great. That's karma, bro. Dope gifts. Hell yeah. Now,
Man Against the Masses, I sent you a message.
For anyone out there, V for Vendetta, you know what? I don't think I did. People have referenced that movie a great deal, and I don't think that I've actually seen that. So that's one
I've never stayed awake for the whole movie. So I've probably seen the entire movie, but not in one sitting.
Not awake. Not
No, I mean, I'm sure I've watched it multiple times and probably fallen asleep at different parts.
Not conscious. I'm just kidding. Okay, so all right, so Warsaw wants to get in. Okay, anyone else that's down for a viewer visit? We're gonna cycle through people, but
are we gonna talk a little ish tonight or no ish?
I mean, we can talk some ish, but keep in mind that all of my Chana strikes expire in 4 days.
Okay, so I mean, well, not that ish. I don't want to go too into the ish.
Just nothing too crazy. All right, that's all I'm saying.
Talking about like last week ish.
Yeah, I mean, we could have the conversation.
Have you had a show since last Friday? You haven't?
No.
Did you have no show since last Friday?
No, I literally I had to skip Saturday because I was with the little one. so I missed it. Osgood Black, what's up? Remember the 5th of November. G23, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Okay, so here's what you do. So if you click on the part in chat where it says Rudy Finney gifted 10 memberships, you can click on that even on a phone now, and you can click enable gifts. And then that way, if people give memberships, which thank you guys, I'm super
It
grateful for
just
that.
does buy gifts.
Okay, so if you can buy gifts, then you can be gifted memberships as well.
Oh,
Because I can't see where it says buy gifts. I've tried that. Doesn't let me join. Some people say they need to do it from a PC. I think it depends what kind of phones people have and stuff. But hey, you know, what do I know? But he watched John Wick 1 8 times. Nah, not 8 times. Look, I've seen it a few, and I've watched every single John Wick. I'm not super stoked. Like, apparently everybody is pumped about this new John Wick TV show. I personally, I mean, I'll check it out, you know, but it's kind of like
Iron Sky.
when when think of it like this: when that Dumb and Dumberer movie came out, and none of the people that were in the original were in it, I was like, "This is gonna be whack," you know. And I kind of feel that same way about a John Wick story without the original
Ooh,
cast
Atlas
members.
Shrugged, Brave New World. Yep.
Warsaw, what's up, brother?
What up, man? Hey, thanks for an invite, man.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm more than open to have one more person on. I just don't really want to go past four people because it kind of gets a little too crazy.
No, I totally understand that.
Yeah. So for anyone else out there, just throw that out there. Yeah. So I had just recently watched the remake of 1984, so that's kind of why I posted that. It doesn't necessarily have to be the topic, but you know, I was just kind of feeling a little spicy.
Here's a question: have you guys seen Oppenheimer?
I've
Yes.
not. I do not.
Let me just tell you this: I won't ruin it for you guys, but at the end, it's
a bomb.
It's disturbing. Let's just put it that way, just to see from a one stance view what could happen to the world.
Have you seen the meme, Oprahheimer? So here's the interesting thing with, and I'm definitely going to see Oppenheimer. That dude that was in, I forgot his name, the actor that was in what is it? That movie
Peaky
with
Blinders.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, the guy from Peaky Blinders that was in Requiem of a Dream. That's right. Or no, that wasn't Requiem of a Dream. I'm tripping. What other movie was he in? He was in a bunch of different things,
He's
but
been in a lot of things.
yeah, he's an excellent actor, especially in that time frame. Maybe it's because he's so damn skinny and everyone was starving back then. I don't know, but he pulls off that shit like perfectly. That role, like perfectly. So Peaky Blinders was great. I definitely wanted to see that when I saw he was in it, but give kind of the general overview of the movie. You don't have to give too much away. And I don't care if you give any spoilers out personally.
It's pretty much right after the Second World War kicked off, or I believe it was during the Second World War. The Germans were making a bomb, which we knew was the V2 weapons program. But then the Americans and the Russians, of course, were trying to develop their own atom bomb, and sure enough, we did. We created them. The Soviets then create their own. And Oppenheimer was a very smart scientist, but I'm not going to go into too much detail, but people were always claiming that he was actually a devout communist. And at first, yeah, he liked the idea of communism because it was something that was new. You know, they thought communism was actually a good thing, and it wasn't.
Well, I think a lot of intelligentsia looks at communism with a very, lustful way, and I think God gives you some talents and usually deprives you of others. So if you're particularly gifted in intelligence, you may be missing other shit. So I
Sometimes.
think intellectually, communism, true communal ownership of items, Sounds real good, but look at your own damn household. My daughter leaves her freaking drink glasses in the sink all the time, dirty. It's
Freaking
like, hey,
commie.
you know what? Clean that shit.
Well, I
Back-
mean, those are lessons that we learn through life, as long as we as parents teach
Well,
them, right?
so then the other thing, in fact, the Pilgrims nearly starved to death because their original settlement was communist,
Damn.
and so some people worked their asses off, some people did nothing, and they all ate at the same table.
So this movie is um it's during the war. So it's not that, I forgot what the operation was called, but it's not the operation after World War II when
It's
they
the Manhattan Project. You're talking
yeah,
Manhattan
about
Project, yeah.
Paperclip.
yeah, when they snatch up all the Nazi or German scientists
Correct.
and
Yeah.
oh okay,
Mhm.
all right. So this is different.
This is like literally this pretty much the end of the Second World War, where they pretty much dropped the bomb on, Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Mm.
And after that, then here kicks off the Cold War with the Soviets.
Did you guys see that that interview with Sean Ryan? I know a lot of you guys watch the Sean Ryan show. Mostly I find this stuff out when I go into like premieres and streams and I see so many of my viewers in other YouTube channels. I'm like, oh shit, we watch the same stuff or a lot, a lot of this similar stuff. Anyway, he interviewed a 98-year-old World War II veteran that was a flamethrower operator
Could you imagine doing that for a job?
at Iwo Jima.
Oh, hell no.
Bro, the stories he was telling about like basically like you know how when you're walking in like really deep snow
Mhm.
and how like your feet sink in like a good 6 8 12 inches like how they just kind of and get stuck in the snow and it slows you down like crazy, right?
Mhm.
Like even when you're running in sand, right? Anyone out there that has run in sand, it's like a quarter
Depending on
inch.
the density of sand, yeah. Like if it's
Yeah,
Daytona Beach sand, no. But
if it's
other
not
sand, yes.
kinetic sand or anything like yeah, which actually kinetic sand is excellent at stopping bullets too, lower velocity bullets. Anyway, I digress. He had said what they did is they basically plowed the entire area. So when the U.S. stormed the island, it was like all volcanic ash that was like 12 inches that they were getting basically stuck in and slowed down in. And these attacks that would come at night, these dudes would run out basically wearing diapers and would just be screaming. He was like, the screams were just so crazy. They would be drinking sake, getting lit on all these different kinds of drugs and coming out and attacking people. And the fighting was nuts. And he was talking about doing bursts. Hey, Daddy Daughter Podcast gifted 5 DLD After Dark channel memberships. Thank you, brother.
Woo!
I appreciate you. Martin Kaminsky was gifted I Want to Ride. Bull Rush. What's up, Bull Rush? Duck Duck Glowy. We're all gifted memberships. Oh, and Bew Galoo. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Thank you, Daddy Daughter Podcast. I appreciate you.
Dark, that kind of reminds me. You ever seen The Pacific, the series The Pacific?
No, I haven't seen it. My
That
grandfather actually fought in the Pacific.
No kidding. But
Yeah.
it reminds me of where's that area? Where Barcelona was firing his machine gun and got awarded for it. It was Guadalcanal. Like you had a whole bunch of Japanese storming, the sides, and they're just coming by the thousands trying to kill you.
Mm, damn. I couldn't imagine, man. That one of the gifts that the guy, again, he's 98 years old. You would never guess by listening to him, right? Like he's on his shit, for someone that's nearly a century old. One of the gifts that he gave Sean Ryan was one of the small swords that they would keep on their left side
Mm-hmm.
that if they, uh commit much dishonor or they or
It's
they get
uh,
captured.
you mean
What's it
it's called seppuku. Last time I checked.
Seppuku. Yeah, that's right. Seppuku. Yeah. It's crazy, man. So he gave him one of those uh small swords because they're larger than knives, but they're like, basically medium-sized swords.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they would glitter fart. Dang, why you gotta say those words? Jeez. Yeah, it's It's crazy, man. Just thinking of like the commitment, but so many of these guys were like whacked out of their fucking mind, man. They were living in caves and tunnels and being fed sake and narcotics, and then being pushed to go out in the middle of darkness with, um subpar weapons and fight against dudes that had BARs and grease guns and Tommy guns and 1911s and Springfield 1903 A1s. Yeah, I think A1s are like right around that time.
Yep.
And dudes were cracking shots with the 1903s at 1,000 yards with iron effing sights. They're documented shots at 1,000 yards, maybe even more than 1,000 yards, if I'm misremembering, with 1903s with iron sights. Hey, Ting Ting, great to see you. Another channel member. Rich, you with us, man? What are you doing?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
watching Oppenheimer?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's Oppenheimer. I'm watching Atoms Collide.
No,
See,
but
1919 machine guns. Yeah, the 30 cal machine gun.
no, but the Japanese army, man, they're really brutal. Especially if you haven't heard of Ghost Soldiers. You ever seen that story?
Mm-mm.
There was actually, it was called the Great Raid. The U.S. Army actually had the first Ranger Battalion out there, and they actually literally liberated an actual camp of POWs that were actually being brutally beaten by the Japanese army. And the Japanese army would actually literally most of the time massacre these POWs. They've actually put them in this little brig, and actually fill it with gasoline and let them on fire, and they would actually shoot them if they were coming out of the brig.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of brutal. I mean, especially thinking of like just the implementation of fire in combat. Like the actually the what do you whatchamacallit? Oh, the dude was saying that what he would do is you basically have like 15, 16 seconds of like a long burst with a flamethrower, or you get like 5 to 6 like really good bursts. So he would do bursts, and he'd basically like, send it to a bunch of dudes, and then after their like, clothes caught on fire, once they would melt through their clothes and obviously start to burn their skin, then he or the guys that he was with would shoot them down. So it's basically like burn them and suffocate them and then shoot them down. Speaking of suffocation, actually, I do want to let you guys know that I talked to somebody that I know, and I am in the very near future going to do so. OC spray came up in conversation today, and we were talking about the effectiveness of it and how a lot of people look at it as like, oh, you can use it to stop bears and whatever, right? Like, and then like bear spray, right? And then anything oleo capsicum resin related. We were talking about everything anyway. I said I carry OC spray. I even have it on me right now. I carry a little Palm OC spray, and even though a lot of people don't like the guy John Correa with active self-protection, which I will add, he also signed John Crump's amicus brief. But
Not a
he
douchebag.
not a douchebag, unlike some people that said, I don't want to because I'm scared of the
I'd be
repercussions of
scary.
the
I'd be
DOJ.
on list.
But what if they
Worry
don't?
I may if I
Yeah,
sign this.
vaginers. But um, he says it perfectly. He says it's a great tool in between a harsh word and a gun, right? It's something that could actually diffuse the situation and keep it from becoming a lethal encounter. And we were kind of having a debate. So I said, okay, guy, how about this? Let's do a live exposure test. And me and you will do a video of getting hosed down with OC spray. In my opinion, Palm OC spray is the best on the market. And basically looking at, okay, full strength, really attacking, even if it's open hands, punches, whatever, just basic stuff, right? Something where you're actually getting some what do you call it? I'm trying to blank on words tonight. Words are hard, guys.
Words be hard. All right, so you're talking about that video you sent me this afternoon.
So I was actually talking to somebody else about that. We were having a conversation on OC spray. That's why I was looking stuff up.
Yeah, that
And I
guy's
was
building up a
like,
tolerance.
that dude got hosed down. But I'm talking about me and this dude that no one knows. But me and this dude doing a video of deploying OC spray. How realistic is it? How, easy and realistic is simple rather than easy. How long does it take to actually stop somebody? Because when that adrenaline's going, and if it's like a fight and you got to dig in your pocket and pull it out and orient it correctly and all that stuff, it's hard. And even when you catch somebody, if you drew a perfect X across their face, which is actually a
Mm-hmm.
circle or an X in their face, is excellent OC spray work, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's still going to take 10 to 45 seconds to take effect, depending on where you hit them, right?
Yeah.
10 to 45 seconds when someone is attacking you is a long time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Could I also point out something, Dark?
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is also I'd like to address. When you're using a spray, it can be effective, but at the same time, if somebody's using a weapon, say like a pipe or a knife, or using under the influence of some type of drugs, like say crack cocaine, I don't know, you could think of anything of these on, probably marijuana. How long is that spray actually going to be in effect when he's on that, drug previously,
If it's something like meth or like I don't know.
or an opioid.
I mean, I picture most people on like opiates and weed will be like, oh, I don't want that. I want to go sit down.
But
But like
yeah,
people on like on uppers like meth or crack or whatever new crazy chemical shit is out there, because there's so much stuff out there nowadays that wasn't out there back when,
Yeah.
like when I was doing drugs at least. PCP, of course, yeah.
PCP.
Yeah. PCP is, man, I've seen people do shit on PCP that's inhuman, like unbelievable shit, like moving vehicles with their hands.
That's how much adrenaline and stuff is in their system.
Yep. I literally saw a dude bounce a car roughly 90 degrees. Now, you can do that, right? Make it a few guys and you could bounce a car to move it and mess with your friends. This dude was wet as, which means high as hell on PCP. Goonbeam, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Martin Kaminsky, Detective John Kimball. Good to see all y'all. And this dude was just like, and it was bouncing the car as he was pushing it. And this dude moved it from 6 to 9 o'clock real quick. People do crazy shit when they're on drugs like that, man. So yes, absolutely, it would have a drastic impact on that.
And the reason why I bring this up, because I saw a video like 2 or 3 years ago. This cop was actually being charged by this guy, and he was on drugs, and he had a steel pipe in his hand. It took him to take 7 shots in his body just for him to go down.
I've seen a few disturbing videos like that. Was this recent?
This was like 2, 3 years ago. This was like probably around pre-COVID.
So I saw one too. Was it a white guy?
It was a white cop, but the guy was black that was charging him.
Okay, so there was another video where it was a white guy that in traffic just got out of his car and started flipping out, and he had it. At first, I thought it was a sword. It was just like a long piece of metal of something, probably like a cheap like broomstick. But at first, from a distance, it looked like it was a more dangerous weapon. The dude was shirtless, clearly having some type of psychological breakdown. And it was one of those situations where, like, when you're evaluating shooting somebody, it's like, can I shoot them? Should I shoot them? And must I shoot them? Right? It's there's different levels of that. Now, just having the ability to say, okay, it was justified, right, doesn't necessarily mean you should. And should you shoot a person? Well, do you absolutely need to? Like, must I shoot this person? In my opinion, the cop didn't need to shoot him. There could have been other things done, but alas, whatever. It's kind of like the awful but lawful situations. But as the dude is approaching him and he won't drop the piece of metal, the cop fires on him with a 9mm and hits him center mass 12 times. The dude doesn't stop until he takes the 12th round to his spine. I could not, and he was not under the influence of anything. He was having a total mental breakdown. Hey, John Crump, thank you. Spray them with fentanyl. Jesus Christ, Crump.
Actually, I just found a video right now.
You found that video?
Yeah, I actually just found it.
Dude, it's menacing. Like it's when you see the look in his eyes and you see like you're like, man, this dude is hey, T for Tejas. Crump, thank you for the super chat, brother. And please, guys, don't spray people with fentanyl like Crump is suggesting. T for Tejas, member for 13 months. Howdy, folks. What's up, brother? Good to see you. 12 rounds must not be behind the blue curtain. John Doe, what's up, brother?
The guy's wearing a face shield.
Was he wearing? Oh, what the cop was?
No, the guy is charging the cop.
He's wearing a face shield.
Yeah. The guy's wearing a face shield.
Oh, I think that's it.
This is the one I was talking about.
Yeah, that's a different video, but that's also crazy. What?
I told you.
And he also took 12 rounds?
7. Last time I checked, it could be 6 or 7. But yeah, this is the guy that was literally charging the guy.
Oh, that's the one you were talking about.
What face shield is that?
It looked like a welder. It looked like a welder mask.
He warned you.
Oh, so hold on. So he already put 6 or 7 rounds in him?
You can hear, but yeah, he put like a couple of rounds in him.
Dang.
You told him to stop. He didn't listen.
Yeah, if I don't want to play the video just because I may get a hit with a copyright thing, but there's that video where that dude just absorbs 12 rounds like he's a piece of ballistic gel. It is like crazy. It's crazy. Dan Cooper, what's up, man? Is Dan Cooper? Are you DB Cooper? In my younger years, knew a bathtub chemist who thought he knew how to make PCP. Good times. Yo, that's the kind of stuff you don't want to mess around with those chemicals.
I mean, shit. What was it? That stuff they use in Africa? Oh, fuck. Cot. It's called cot.
Oh yeah, the root that they chew on.
Yeah, it's like what they use on child soldiers. They were using.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's nuts, man. That's so. This actually, and I'm going to talk about the training that I'm going to this weekend. Mm-hmm. If anyone is like anywhere close to Maryland, Northern Virginia, DC, Maryland area, I would encourage you to go. There's no other weekend full of training that you could take an intermediate pistol course and an intermediate carbine course for $150 each. Like a whole weekend of training for $300. That's
a stupid cheap price.
Yeah, and you also get to meet like all the dudes from Tactical Turkeys and Dust, dude Knowledge, and all those guys. But yeah, I mean, training is super important. And how many times have you seen guys like, and I was guilty of this too, when I was training to get a sub 2-second draw to first shot, I was practicing to draw and fire once, right? And I was so focused on getting that and now I'm working on getting below a sub 1.8-ish draw to first shot from concealment, which when you introduce a garment and a concealable holster and all that, it's one thing. Switching to Kydex is going to be a little bit easier. But anyway, now I'm actually firing more than one round because if God forbid someone was in an incident and they were super fast on the draw, they got to their gun right away when they needed to, and it was a clean shoot, it was justified, and they fire once, does that mean that the situation is over?
Nope.
Hell no. You got to stop. You got to shoot until the threat is stopped. And the only way that you can know that is by evaluating the threat during the incident, while you are firing, seeing these dudes take 7 rounds, 10 rounds, 12 rounds is just crazy. The first video I saw like that was a dude in California that took 5 rounds of 40 Smith & Wesson center mass. It was like, God, you would think, I don't know. It depends where you hit them, obviously. It depends what rounds you're using.
Was this some part of the hood in California?
I think it was the backdrop was kind of hood. I don't remember exactly.
It
was older though.
Where was the hits? Was it like in the stomach area?
It was like high ribs and low stomach. So it was, not necessarily right in the vitals. The dude did end up dying, but probably ended up dying from a lack of medical care. It probably wasn't because he was hitting all the vitals. That really you got to go stern. Depending on how you train. If you guys out there train, like a failure drill, do your thing. I'm not going to stop you. I'm just saying that if you're going to go and stay center mass and not go for headshots for training purposes, then you got to go sternum. Like that's the magic button. Come out in PLA. What's up, brother? Good to see you.
No, I've seen hole marks on guys that were in the hood and they got shot in the stomach, and I'm like, that's a gut shot, dude. You should be dead, dude.
Yeah, dude. You know how many people? Guess the percentage of people that survive wounds from a handgun.
It's over 90%.
Is it over 90?
Yeah. What do you think, Warsaw?
I was thinking like at least 73, and less than 90.
The last one that I saw was from 2020 to the end of 2022. Over 86% of people survive gunshot wounds from handguns.
Is that without also medical care at a hospital?
Well, I mean, it's just that's the ticket. It's like, when can you get to medical care? Like, do you have some form of treatment on you? Like
internal bleeding?
Yeah. Did you guys see that video of the guy that very, very foolishly he rushed too quickly to a potential victim. Mm-hmm. He tried to carjack an undercover police officer. Did you guys see that one? Yes. So this dude is undercover. All right. He's plain clothes. Oh my God. Rudy Finney just gifted another 5 DLD After Dark channel memberships, bro. Thank you, man. Holy moly.
Well, he just fucked himself.
Joe Morris, Constitutional Commentary, Existence Mundane, Glitter Fart, and George Washington all gifted memberships. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother.
When you mean undercover cop, are we talking to some guy in a random car, or are we talking a car that's all black and
so
out?
It was a civilian car, did not look like a police cruiser, right, at all. And the guy is in civilian clothes, but he has like full kit, plate carrier, thigh rig. Oh my God. Now John Crump just gifted 5 channel memberships. Bro, thank you. Horsepower Greed, Brass Catcher, Gunnar Austin, Anthony Smith, Chippewa Kid, all now members. Bro, thank you. You guys are killing it. That you have no idea how much that helps. That impacts everything so much. Thank you. It all adds up. You guys are awesome. So the guy is wearing an overt plate carrier. Okay. So
right.
if one were planning to do something like that, he walked in front of the windshield. You would think that he would have looked at the intended victim, right? Even if it was a dope boy, it's just as dangerous.
I was going to say, the guy was probably so freaking high.
Well, I don't think he was. I think he was jacked up on adrenaline. So here's what happened. So and I'll have to tell this a little bit of the story, then come back to it. Oh my God, Crump! He just gifted 10 channel memberships, bro.
Dang, Crump must be bored.
So now Paul Bald, Sabar Prince, RDS, Joe
Sabar's out
McCraw.
there, homie.
Oh no, they were just gifted memberships. I3D2A, Invader Zip, Jay Duffy, Karina, Marconi, Jonah Weiss, not my name. Dude, all you guys were just gifted channel memberships. Holy shit. Sorry, I can't get through the story because so many people are giving to the channel. Thank you. I love all y'all so much. Okay, so what had happened was the guy walks up on foot. It doesn't appear that he came from a vehicle, but more on that in a moment. So he walks up and he has a baklava on his face. He is masked. The cop is sitting in an alley, right? But he's parked like a T. So here's the alley, and the cop is parked like this. He's surveilling somebody else. Did you just give another 10 channel members? Holy shit. Dude, John Crump just gave
When do I get a
10
channel membership? When do I get a channel member?
And then Rudy
channel
Finney
member?
just gifted another 5 channel memberships. Oh my God. Dude,
How do
this
I
is
claim one?
crazy.
I want to be a channel member.
You gotta allow gifts on your thing.
I don't know how that works.
Oh my God, guys. That is plenty. Please. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Okay, Branson, Dekine, Ron Bear, Ishnifis, I miss you. Jimmy Williams, Moose 47, Musey, Dana Harley J. Oh my God, this is crazy. Whoa, thank you guys, all you guys. I love y'all so much. Hey, Fluffy Bunny, great to see you. Thank you guys for contributing to the channel. All right, now back to the story. And if anything else comes, I'll put on pause for a second and then I'll get back to it. So thank you guys. I love all y'all. So basically the alley is like this, right? And the cop is parked like this. He's surveilling somebody else, okay? Looking the other direction. The guy comes from this way and he walks in front of the vehicle and he is wearing a baklava, okay? First sign, he's wearing a baklava. His hand is in his waistband, but his body is bladed to the guy in the car that he doesn't know is an undercover cop with a plate carrier on in civvies, but he's got a plate carrier on and he's got a Safariland thigh rag on, which is not very easy to get to in your vehicle. But if you do it a lot, if you train with it a lot, you can get it out. I'm sub 1 second from my Safariland. I'm like 0.86 from my Safariland. It's nuts. You can get to it quick. And that's a level 3 retention. And I'm just a slow, stupid guy. So this cop it is crazy quick how fast he put this dude down. So the dude opens the door, all right, walks to the driver's side door, opens the door with his gun out like this. And the cop, I swear, in half a second, drew his handgun, pointed it to him, and started shooting so fast that he shot a hole in the car door and window. It went through right in the slot where the door and window line meet before it even swung all the way open. Then he put 3 shots center mass into the guy and dropped him like this. He literally fell to the ground like this. I'm sorry. I should not laugh. Dude literally fell to the ground like this and he dropped the gun. And then at first he's like saying like, I wasn't going to shoot you. I wasn't going to rob you. Help me. I'm dying. Right. Well, then you hear, is that my baby daddy? And then it's like he looks over, his spouse, his baby's mother was down the alley and pulls up in a car with their baby in a car seat in the back seat. So what I believe is that he was riding around with his family and he was like, yo, you see homeboy posted up over there? First off, he probably thought he was a dope boy. And he's probably like, I'm going to take him, whatever he's got, whatever drugs, money, and all that shit he's got. And I'm going to take his car and whatever. Apparently he was trying to carjack him, but dude got the upper hand on him and he put him down. And he bled out and he died. His family came there. They were yelling at the cops. It was like pure chaos. Excuse me. It was like the scene was pure chaos. But don't commit felonies with the fear of death, right? The only way that's going to end someday is by death, either by you having to commit murder or you getting killed. That's the only way that's going to end one day if you don't stop. Okay, now let me go back a little bit because John Crump gifted another 5 DLD After Dark memberships. Holy shit. And then John Crump gifted another 5 channel memberships. Dude, Crump.
Why don't
And
you
then
just put
Rudy
them on here?
Finley gifted another 5 channel memberships. Is that what you want, Crump? Do you just want to come
I
on?
think
You
he
can
wants to
come
get
on
on
for
here,
free.
dude.
Yeah, you can come on for free, man. He has the login. We share a StreamYard account because it's so the premium one is expensive. Bro, Crump, come in, man. You're welcome to come in, dude. Oh, he's out of town. He may not be able to come in. But thank you. I appreciate that. And now every single person's name in my chat is green. This is
Except
crazy.
me. What the hell?
No, I think you're a channel member.
Am
Flying Rich Firearms is a channel member. 30 total, bro. Crump. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. You are the man. Dark supported me, so I support him.
No,
Thanks,
I don't
man.
get the
You gotta
special emojis.
click to allow gifts.
I don't know where the hell that is.
It's on the allow gifts button.
There's no allow gifts button.
Oh, G23. I see a black name pop up. Boop. Not everyone. I'm sorry, G23. It's totally at random. It's crazy. Okay, so Rich, not grandfather. Oh no, you know what? It's Flying Rich Firearms. That's a channel member, not the regular Flying Rich. I don't think you can do it just to individuals. Hold on. Corn Pop, my guy? What's up, brother? Great to see you. Beautiful comment, by the way. I love your gorgeous comments there. Great to see you. Oh, those are National Geographic titties right there, man. Jesus. Remember those cookies we used to get at school? Anyway, so it was crazy to see this video because one, the cop was paying attention, right? How often are we looking down, looking at our phone, got something in our hands, and we're talking a half of a second saved this guy's life, and the other dude died. The only thing I would say that I was not happy about, like I'm the kind of guy, Jesus, Crump just gives another 5 memberships. Crump, thank you, bro. You've already done way too much. You don't have to, but thank you. So I'm the kind of guy that if I put somebody down, if ever, God forbid, I have to use my firearm to defend myself and the preservation of my life or the life of my family members or loved ones, friends, whatever, I'm probably gonna render aid to the person I shoot. And call me a softy, call me a bitch, whatever, but I want to stop a threat and I also want to preserve life. Now, I will never put myself in a compromising position to preserve life, meaning that if there was still a threat going on, right? I'm not going to go out of my way to put myself in danger to preserve their life, but if I'm given the opportunity to, I may, I'm I may render aid, right? Um, John Crump Live, $20 super chat. Thank you. Dark is a Fed. Well, now everyone has my real effing name, so they can just search me and find out that I'm not a Fed now. So,
Just to point out, if you're going to render aid, make sure they don't have anything sharp in their pockets or anything else that you don't know about.
Yeah.
How do you make sure they don't have anything sharp in their pockets if you're reaching in their pockets?
I'm not reaching in their damn pockets. I'm cutting their freaking clothes off if I'm rendering aid. I mean,
also,
there's always a risk of that, but yeah, go ahead.
And also, some people do carry secondaries on them.
Yeah. It would have to depend on the situation, right? Like, I would be very aware of their hands, and I don't know. God, I don't know. Let me say it differently then. I would want to render aid. I may not, right? It would very much depend, right? Um, I would probably do a quick check of them, make sure they don't have another firearm close by or, you know, in accessible in their waistband or whatever. I'm not going to go through their pockets. I'm also not going to cut all of their clothes off and make them butt ass naked because that would be really weird. Dude, Crump just gifted another 5 memberships. Dog, holy shit.
So I have no idea. I see the video says it'll pop up accept memberships, but I don't get that.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I just know that if you go on your phone and in chat where it says John Crump gifted memberships, it should say allow gifts. And if you click allow gifts, it will allow you to accept gifts. Dark, would you still render aid if you shot a man in the wiener?
Last time I checked,
You gotta
it
die. You
I
gotta
mean,
die.
he's bleeding quick if he got shot in the dick. Look, like I said, it would very much depend on the situation and circumstance.
like what you're gonna do, wrap about a towel as a diaper.
Yeah, right. Like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna turban his pecker? Like, I don't even know what I would do in that case. I mean, look, I'm the type that holy shit, Crump. Oh my god.
I think he's just trying to gain attention from me, dude.
He's doing a very good job of that. Crump, thank you for
He gave
another
50 memberships.
dude. Crump, that is more than enough, bro. That's Dark only does deck shots. Dark says it depends on the deck. Crump, thank you so much, man. I owe you. Now I'm gonna owe you more for that level, that super duper armor that I'm buying from you. Thank you.
No,
Did I finally get one?
that's just crazy.
G23. Oh no, G23 didn't get one yet. G23,
Yeah,
you have to
Farmer
click
James.
allow memberships.
How do you click? I have no idea how to click allow memberships. I mean, I can see on the screen what it says, gift settings, confirm, blah, 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 allow, but I have no idea where those settings are.
It shouldn't be a setting if you're in your phone and you're in my stream and you're in chat. So scroll up to where Crump gave the last memberships and then click on it, the little 3 dots. And
It
it should
says
say,
go to channel report, remove, put user in timeout, hide this channel.
oh, maybe
That's
because you're a
all it said.
mod.
Hmm.
Go up to the settings of the live chat.
Yeah, but if I go up to the settings, it just says top messages, all messages, fan funding. Oh, wait. Maybe that's it. Hold on. Nope.
It's got somebody else that knows, let me know. I have and it still doesn't work. Man, that sucks. If only Rich knew someone that knows IT and technology to help him in this. I know, it's crazy. Okay, so getting back to it. I and I would like to say, so I want to be careful about the way I word this. I would like to say that I would like to render aid if I were given the right situation with the right circumstances. I can't guarantee it, and I would never put my safety, my self-preservation, and the preservation of my family and loved ones' lives at jeopardy to be able to do that. And I understand that, of course, there's a lot of risks that come with it. However, I'd like to, if I could preserve life, I would like to do that because he's not going to learn a lesson from shit if I put him down and he's gone forever, right? So that's I don't know. That's one way of thinking. So the reason I bring that up is because I feel like the police took way too long to render aid to this guy, and that he died. It was a Uvalde death, basically, right? He didn't die because he was shot. He died because he was shot, and the cops took forever to render aid.
They
Uvalde.
definitely do that on purpose. I've seen that.
Jesus Christ, John Crump, another 5 memberships. Thank you, Dougie.
Don't cops mostly wear tourniquets, and they also have training for an EMT squad before they run?
They all had IFAKs on them.
I figured as much.
And you know what's okay, and this is sad, okay? If I was like if we were in a bad situation, right? And let's say that shit went bad and there was a shooting or whatever, and then things kind of started to calm down, right? You've allowed somebody about 10 minutes to bleed out before we start kind of working on them because that's what they did. And then I was like, Rich, throw me a chest seal, and you open up your medic kit or whatever. What would you throw me?
I would throw you a chest seal. I
Throw
mean,
me a chest seal. This dude threw an Israeli bandage at him. He was like, "That's not a chest seal."
oh,
It's
I'm
just
like,
deal is for a gunshot wound, dude.
exactly. And there are opportunities to use certain bandages, like that. Like an Israeli bandage could help in some situations, but the dude has a sucking chest wound from your pistol. Like he needs a chest seal. And I get it, right? They're like, okay, well, he's not dead because the officer, he's dead because he carjacked a guy at gunpoint that happened to be an officer. He is dead because of his actions. I get that. I'm not trying to be all sympathetic to the bad guy. I'm just saying.
Let's put it this way: there's no winners when somebody gets shot.
For sure. That's an excellent way to put it. I would throw you a snoring rich official pillow that doubles as a chest seal. uh, Best I can do is a fruit roll up. Oh man. They start packing his wound with a fruit by the foot. Oh, would you put a finger in a corn pop? Where is your head at tonight, dude? He said, would you put a finger in a man's hole to save his life? Are you talking about the hole that you made with your pistol? I mean, it depends. If you put your finger in a hole while he has arterial bleeding, that ain't gonna do shit.
Cotton balls.
Cotton balls, tampons, packing the wound. But even that with arterial bleeding, I don't know, right? Like I don't know. I mean, you just like blowtorch it and hope that you can cauterize it enough. Like I don't know. I'm not a medic,
Well,
I'm
it's not a medic being a surgeon. This is what you need to know.
yeah, I know.
Oh my god!
Okay, so hold on. Is that Oprah? What does it meme say? I can't see
everybody gets a membership,
it.
and it's Crumpy on the couch.
Oh my god, that's too funny. Thank you, Crump. Oh, look at that. Shove a thumb in it. That is true. He was bleeding from. Now his artery was not completely severed, which does make a difference. But damn, that's true. His life was saved by a thumb.
That was one hell of a like we
Faff.
joke about it all too much.
Well, we joke about it because he lived. Right now, we're also joking about putting a fruit roll up on a guy that has passed, unfortunately. But we probably shouldn't do that. But either way, you got to find the humor in things like this, otherwise you'll go crazy. There's so much dark shit going on. Speaking,
Would that be like making Obama's chef joke? Would that be bad?
oh God, the way you did it, yes, that was bad. I mean, somebody was literally like, "Man, unfortunately, one of my guys passed away. I got a funeral to go to on Saturday." Rich is like, "Oh, was it Obama's chef?" Everyone's like,
I'm gonna get an ass kicking.
everyone's like, "What? Is this dude serious?" Oh man,
Bad timing right there.
yeah, funny joke, bad timing. I
Yeah,
called Rich after.
embarrassed by it.
I was like, that was the most insensitive shit I have ever heard you say, dude. Oh man. Oh,
That
that's
guy's like,
funny.
all right, where's his address? We're rolling out on that guy tonight.
And it's yeah, I'll stop right there. Putang, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Scott the Magnificent. He said based.
You bring up something about the undetected officer. He was undercover.
Yeah.
It was funny. Just like a week ago, I just watched the remake of Miami Vice.
Oh, I just watched that recently too. A couple weeks
There
ago.
was a remake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a remake, but it's the one that's like from the early 2000s.
Yeah, it's Colin Farrell,
Yep, and
Jamie Foxx.
it's just a bring back time period where Hey, this is the '90s, man. This was England. Like, we had full auto machine guns and shit, dude.
Yeah, it was very different. Did you see that dude that got hit in the arm with the Barrett? His arm literally goes like and flies off.
Where,
I
where the
mean,
hell was this?
it was in the movie Miami Vice in the first scene
Oh
where
shoot!
the undercovers go to they do
No.
like just a meet and greet, right? They show the product, they show the cash, but the guys were undercovers and they didn't know that they were going into a meet where they were already burnt, right? So
Oh.
they go meet, they throw the cash down, he throws the blow down. They're like, yeah, good. Okay, great. We'll meet here whenever, right? And they're walking away. The dude walks back to his car and he stops and he's like, "Hey, how long you been working for the FBI?" And he's like, and then he gets in the car and both of them get in the car and they're going to pull off, but they didn't know homie had a dude with a 50 a few hundred
Yep.
yards away, and they just boom, 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 dude, drilled the car with 50 BMG, and you just see body parts and glass and metal and shit just flying everywhere. Dan Cooper, brother, thank you. Welcome to the Blue Kim Lights. I appreciate you, man.
The baddest scene I liked in Miami Vice, the movie, was where he's with the girl he falls in love with, and he pretty much drops down dead on the ground and just takes 2 shots at the bad guy's head.
Oh, that was a good one, especially if that bad guy was like the dirt bag that you were supposed to not like the whole movie.
That was a 308 he was using.
Yeah, he had the HK 51 or 91 or whatever, the SBR, or well,
Yeah.
the machine gun. That was a badass gun. You know what gun Colin Farrell was using, right?
Mm.
He had the SIG 552 10.5 inch, which I have the SIG 556 SWAT SBR. Mine is stupid semi-auto, but it's still just as dope.
Walter says HK 51.
51, thank you. The cool thing, I mean, that HK 51, if you were shooting that thing at night, I think they did a pretty good job of realism, right? The muzzle flash from a whatever that was, like an 8.5 inch 308 is like blinding. It is a flashbang going off at the same time as a 308 round. By the way, guys, it's a viewer visit, so if anyone else wants to pop in, we got room for one more. Corn Pop, you're welcome. Anyone else, you're welcome to come in. Just send me an email or DM me on Instagram, and I'll send it to you. Excuse me. But that SIG, so the SIG that I have is a SIG Sauer 556 SWAT SBR. It's essentially it's a piston operated AR-15 style. Like, it takes AR mags. It's in 556. It's got a heavy barrel. It's the barrel is actually heat press fitted in there. Like, you can't just change barrels like you can on ARs and shit. But it has a charging handle on the right side, like an AK, with bolt hold open. It's all piston, so there's no buffer spring, and it's a side folding stock. It is awesome. There's only a couple things. There's 2 things wrong with that gun. I have never had a malfunction with that gun ever, and I'm pushing, like, I don't know, somewhere between 6 to 8,000 rounds. I don't know exactly, but because
With or without cleaning.
I have cleaned it. Minimal cleaning, but I have cleaned it. But it's a piston gun, so when I run it, basically I run it till it stops working, then I just crank it to a different setting. No, I'm kidding. I almost exclusively run it suppressed. So I do clean it, but minimal cleaning. Dang, Rudy Finney, you guys are going nuts tonight. Thank you so much. Rudy Finney with the $20 super chat. Thank you. Got to run, folks. Be safe out there. Remember to be kind. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you using the show motto. Be kind. Thank you. And I appreciate all the support, Rudy. You're the man. Thank you. But it is an excellent platform. I love it. 2 problems with that firearm. Hey, Gerchop, good to see you, man. The 2 problems with that gun are, 1, even though it is a tank, it is a tank and it is effing heavy. It is ungodly heavy for a 10.5 inch 556. Crazy heavy. Problem 2 is the whole gun is so solid, like you could literally use it as a hammer. up until from the muzzle all the way to the stock. When it transitions to the stock, the rear trunnion is all metal, and then it goes to a polymer hinge on a polymer stock, and the whole folder is polymer. And it's like, why would you do such an excellent job? I mean, a remarkable job on building a tank of a firearm, but have this, like, if I took one tumble with that gun, the stock would snap off like that. No question. I guess that's SIG for you. SIG 556 is tits. Thanks, man. Yeah, it is dope. What are y'all's go-to carbines?
You are talking this half out of the books if you picked one variant.
Yeah, like if shit popped off right now and you had to gear up and run outside, like what would be your carbine of choice? Not even something you necessarily have, but if you could just, throw out your gun of choice, what would it be? Actually, let's go with setup. So let's go with like primary, secondary, and maybe even a chin gun, a backup gun.
No, you're talking about just a carbine. I'd say the Galil Ace with 5.56 Gen 2 with the AR magazine well.
Nice. So it takes AR mags.
Yeah, if I had that, that'd be one of my picks right there. That I actually like that rifle.
Yeah, it's a dope rifle. I've never owned a Galil. I've actually never owned a Galil or a Galil Ace. I would love to own one of the original Galils though. Those things are dope.
You ever seen the SR1s from Africa?
Yeah. Those are nasty, and they are not sorry. We miss you.
South Africa, or was it called Rhodesia?
Yeah, the Rhodesian Pleasa. That thing is what's the situation, rural or urban? So I would say urban, but even if it was urban, don't go with a subgun, corn pop. Subguns have their place, but you can't. Oh, look at this. Or I'll let you click in, Johnny Boy, whenever you're ready. Here, well, I'll bring him in. John, you're in.
I just want to give my answer really quick. I would run a pistol caliber carbine, 9mm, maybe my Scorpion, or even an AR-9, so I can use Glock mags in it with a Glock 19, so all 9mm. And what's the other one you wanted?
Chin gun, backup gun.
And then my backup gun would be my Glock 43X.
That's a good setup. Let me ask you this though: why would you ever use a pistol caliber carbine when you can use a rifle cartridge?
Well, this is end of the world situation, right?
No, technically, I just said if something popped off outside, you had to gear up and go out and go to work. So,
Oh, okay. Then, I misunderstood. I thought it was like end of the world situation.
I mean, you could consider it that. I mean,
Well, end of
would
world
you?
situation, the not 9mm is besides 22 like the most common caliber on the planet.
But let's say you have all the ammo you need, and let's be honest, we have all the ammo that we need, especially you. And by the way, thank you, John, for. I mean, I know what 55 channel members you bought tonight.
Yeah, something like that. 60.
60 Jiminy Crickets. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, then
Are you just doing that because I lost my job?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for the clarity. I appreciate that.
No, then I would probably run my my 10.5-inch suppressed AR that I have.
Okay. Now don't just change it because I'm talking shit. I'm just
I'm just saying, like I'm thinking, the world situation where ammo is going to be a problem, and plus the weight.
I do think 5.56 and 9 mil, hands down. That's why most of my stuff is 5.56 and 9 mil. I do think that those are the best cartridges for anything SHTF or anything preparedness, in the realm of preparedness. Those are the
Yeah.
go-to cartridges. And of
Well,
course 22LR.
no, with the reason why I chose 9 millimeter was in case like the end of the war situation where you had to like scavenge for ammo. There's a lot of 9 millimeter. It's effective. Plus weight. It's a lot lighter than carrying like rifle calibers, and you can use the ammo in all your different firearms.
So Mr. Cooper here brings up a good point. He says, remember 86%. So earlier on this stream, we did publish that from 2020 to 2022, it was like a 2 or 3 year time frame. 86% of people shot with a handgun survived. However, and I'll throw this in there for Dan Cooper, it was also during times where medical treatment was easily accessible. If it was an SHTF situation, medical treatment may not be an option. So that would be a big determining factor on survivability for sure.
Yeah, if you look at the actual statistics, if they don't get medical care within the first hour, if they don't get to the hospital within the first hour, not even medical care, if they don't get to the hospital within the first hour, the
Yeah.
survivability plummets.
Yeah, after 30 minutes, your survivability drops by over 50%,
Correct.
which is crazy. I'm
Correct.
going to burn through my steel case Soviet ammunition first. Yeah, facts. I mean, I got a gang of steel case stuff, but I have guns that are like designed to eat steel cased ammo. Like the SIG 5.56 is made for steel case. The Crink in 5.56 is made for steel case. Okay, so let's go. So Rich, or who wants to go next? Rich, Warsaw.
I'm taking off.
All right,
See ya.
brother. Thanks, John. Appreciate you. Thanks for the sympathy, support, the pity, support. Okay, who wants to go next?
Yeah, I'm saying RFB.
Really?
Something pops off in my yard. Yeah, I'm grabbing the RFB.
The Bullpup 308.
Yeah.
Any particular reason aside from it being a delightful cartridge to shoot?
Yeah, 308. You don't get many people talking back after they get hit by one of those.
Yeah, that's true. Penetration is pretty nasty with the 308. Okay, and what else?
Well, I'm always carrying the SIG P365. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Again, I could grab any Glock. 17, 19, 26, 10 mil.
See, Rich knows. Rich is a part of the Bullpup master race. Okay, so I appreciate Bullpups, but the RFB is special, very special. But backing up a little bit, a SIG 3, the 365, I would be hesitant to use that as a duty, sized firearm. It would be effective, but I'm just saying, so you're thinking you would take a Glock. The 365 could be your chin gun.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking more. Yeah, I was thinking one of my other guns. I'll tell you, I am highly effective with my Ruger SR45. So yeah, if I was gonna open holster a firearm, be the SR45.
Okay, interesting.
So yeah, I'm 3 different cartridges there.
I mean, hey, it's all good. Whatever works for you. It's a difficult decision to make, and we'll get to Warsaw in just a second. Sorry, but I just want to throw this out there. It's a difficult decision to make. Like, in my opinion, if shit gets really bad, if it's a SHTF or WROL,
Oh, that's not a carbine. Oh well, never mind.
I mean, you can throw it on your back. There have been times where I was like, man, should I throw this 12 gauge AOW? Should I just clip it onto my carrier just in case? Obviously the weight is a little different there, but added weight is could be a problem. But you kind of have to make the decision of like, okay, so I used to rock a Glock 19X on my gear. I have my Blue Alpha belt with a Safari Land holster and all the bells and whistles around it, and I had a 19X with a TLR 1HL on it. and then I switched to a Goon Beam because Goon Beam is the ish. But although I am good, I would say I'm very good with the Glock 19X. I shot the Beretta M9A3, and it was like the tightest groups, crazy accuracy. And I was like, you know what? Even though it's best to have the compatibility with Glock magazines, I'm tossing that factor out, and I'm saying, screw this, and I'm going to rock the Beretta M9A3 mags. Now, it sucks because from one perspective, if you're rolling with, like, let's call it a small unit, if you got a small unit of guys, and all of them have Glocks, I may switch the M9A3. I have the QLS system, so I could just pull that out, throw the QLS of the 19X in. But having the capability of taking other mags is a big deal. So making that call on the SR45 is a tough decision. But if you're leveling up accuracy for it, hey, it may be worth it.
I am.
I'm the same way. I made the same call with the Beretta M9A3. That's why all my gear right now is all set up, and you'll see me on the 19th and the 20th this Saturday and Sunday at MD Arsenal with Tactical Turkeys, and I'll be having all that kit on, and we'll be training and stuff this weekend. So anyway, sorry about that. Warsaw, what about you?
It's a Glock 19. That'd be my secondary. Primary, yeah. Probably PT92.
Okay.
Yep.
Now the PT92 is
it's
that
an M9 copy.
Say it again.
It's an M9 copy.
Oh, okay. Oh, the Taurus PT92.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I was thinking PTR. I was thinking the HK clones. I was like, man, how you gonna holster?
I'm like PTR. What?
No.
Yeah. I had a PT92 for a while. Those are good guns.
Yeah, and you could actually use Beretta mags, and I'm just gonna modify the mags at work.
Nice. And what about backup gun?
That was the Glock 19.
Oh, Glock 19. Okay. Yeah, man. Glocks are a winner. What about you guys in chat? Let me know what your kit of choice would be. Let me see if anyone else said anything.
Yeah, I was thinking the G34 would be good.
So I would say not the bullpup, but the bullpup Glock 34 is badass. But
that one,
a factory OEM or a well-built Glock 34 is a badass handgun. Like that thing, like I can crack silhouettes at 100 yards like nothing with that thing. I love it. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. Are you guys good to just hang out and chat for a second?
Oh, I was gonna go grab something too. Damn, can we just press pause and come back?
Yeah, I'm sure almost 80 people will be
we'll just
waiting.
leave Warsaw here. He's cool.
Yeah. Oh, Fluffy Bunny said M1A. You would lug that huge old thing around? Is it chamber
M1A? Is that the Thompson?
No, the M1A is the 308 the
M14.
Yeah, basically the M4. It's semi-auto M14. And what's the Garand, the M1 Garand, sorry.
The Garand was the first variant. Yep.
Yeah. Suppressed. Oh, it's got to be suppressed. So your primary's got to be suppressed. Okay, that's like, especially if you're running nods. And number two, having the capability to suppress your secondary, your handgun, is a huge plus. Also, if you have a holster that can accept a suppressed secondary weapon like a pistol.
How many hours warning do I have? Because I would have to print my suppressors.
Well, they do call it a Minuteman, so
yeah.
You probably go ahead.
I actually got something better than his suppressor.
Yeah.
Crossbow.
That is quiet.
The thing is, with the crossbow, you can't keep reusing your arrows.
You got to pull them out of the bodies.
Yep. Oh, and actually, speaking of which, I forget what company it was, but there was actually a crossbow upper designed for air lower platforms.
What?
Yeah, it was on a Twang and Bang last time I checked. Yeah, he did a video covering it.
Dude Knowledge, what's up, brother? Actually, Dude Knowledge, we were just talking about the event. For you guys out there, if you are interested in signing up for the event, it is this Saturday and Sunday, the 19th and 20th. If you go to tactical-turkeys.com, you can sign up for the training. It is a full day, nearly a full day of pistol. I believe it's intermediate pistol and intermediate carbine, and it's $150 a day, which is crazy affordable, and it's going to be a blast. And there may be a little get together after as well. So, yeah, shout out to him and all the tactical turkeys. I'm going to get a drink and I'll be black, stay white here.
I was going to do something bad with Dork's channel. I don't know if I can do that right now. Let's see. Mute, stop cam, enter studio. Yeah, I don't know if I got the settings right because I can't add.
You're
So
still
what
trying to be able.
I have no idea what I'm doing wrong with StreamYard. So let's see. Can I show? Yeah, it's just not going to come off right. I got to tell you. So I'm retiring my 2007 Envoy, and I'm getting my wife's old Lexus. And the Bing AI, so it's bing.com/images/create. I typed in aggressive off-road Baja 2017 Lexus RX 450 with push bars, blah, blah, blah. And it's like the factory redesigned it as a Baja car.
Let's see.
Dark, did you see the video I put out with, oh shoot.
Yep, that's the one I'm talking about. See?
Yep.
All I got to do is swap out the upper. Dark, your mute.
Sorry. I said, oh, snap. That's crazy.
Oh yeah,
That's
Doug,
right.
I sent you the pictures. Yeah, we talked about this. The
Which-
Bing images I generated, or the AI generated for me, I should say.
Oh, yeah, the car.
Yeah.
Is that a Capri Sun?
Shout out to my 6-year-old. Thank you for the Capri Sun.
Where do you even get those anymore?
At the grocery store. Now
I
they're
don't see
in
them anymore.
they're in boxes, like hidden under like shit next to like oatmeal, but hey, they're good. Look up the AI. Look up AI Wi-Fi imaging. No way. I'll
Oh
take
yeah,
an
yeah. Like
update
so,
post,
the
though.
AI Wi-Fi imaging, they can tell wherever the blobs of water are in the room, meaning you and me.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So your Wi-Fi is acting like radar.
So I am
And-
familiar with that.
Yeah.
I just I don't know. It's weird. Is that why they banned lead-based paint?
That would have worked.
Oh, last time I checked, California banned every type of paint you could think of in their state.
I mean, after what, 86 or something like that, it needed to be what do you call it? It just needed to be
Finalized.
no, like when you openly tell something. Jesus, I'm dropping words left and right tonight. You just need to like tell if you're selling a home that has lead-based paint, you just need to disclose it. Jesus, sorry. Disclose it. But the person can still purchase the home and just say that yes, they disclosed it to me that there was lead-based paint, and then they can live in there with lead-based paint. But what happened is all the future homes beyond that point, none of them were allowed to use lead-based paint. So at some point, it's all good, especially with all the real estate shifting and everyone demolishing shit and then rebuilding it. Like I don't know. I do see that like there could be a correlation. If someone out there knows GPR, ground penetrating radar, if that type of technology cannot see through lead-based paint, let me know. I would be really curious to know if that would be true.
That's another thing. If they're demolishing like lead-based paint houses and stuff, I mean, think about like asbestos. Like, how many people have gotten asbestos from debris fields and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, let me ask you guys this. Okay, so we got like almost 80 people in here, with you guys and the other 74 people in here right now. Let me Craig. What's up, Craig? Good to see you, another Chinamemba. Disclose. Yes. Tracheotomy? What? It's something you give someone. Oh, that's great. Okay, so let me ask you guys this. And everyone answer all at once because I only want honest to God truth. Okay. Has anyone here over the last like 2 to 3 months had an odd smell in their water, in the water that comes from their faucet?
No.
And it may just be me, but I've talked to several other people in my area, and all of them, now they're in my area, all of them are saying that they're having a very, very faint chemical smell in their water. I've been in this area like my entire life, and I have never, ever had this kind of odor, even in the same county in different places, in different homes, different places. But there's something that I'm getting a really, really funky smell. And I was like, look, I gotta ask these guys so I can see if people, because we got people from all over the country, everyone's like
Let
Flint 2.0.
let
Sorry,
me
go
ask
ahead.
you. Let me ask you this: is there a
Mhm.
certain taste out of it too? There's just like some odd taste.
I won't drink it. So basically, what happens is I don't drink the water straight from the tap, but when I first turn it on, there's like a big like poof of the smell, and I'm getting like an odor. And then after it runs for like 30, 45 seconds, then it's like very, very faint, like it's almost gone. I don't know if that was from the water sitting in the pipes or if it's just smelling a little more faint or I guess what I'm saying is I don't know if I'm smelling the water that had already passed through or if the rest of the water coming from the reservoir still has an odor. But I'm not drinking from the tap.
The reason why I asked because it might be something to do with chemicals getting in your water. Because I don't know if you're aware, you heard of hydraulic fracking.
I mean, I've heard of it, but not how it would impact the water.
Well, let's just put it this way: if you got like chemicals and stuff in your water,
Hmm.
it's so easily flammable, and the best way to test it out is by actually lighting a match under your water.
Mm, that's a good point. I should probably try that. So let me see what they're saying here. No way.
Yep.
Your water is flammable?
Not mine. This is from another YouTuber.
Bro. Okay. Oh, I see the little like and dislike button.
But that's what happens when your water's contaminated by hydraulic fracking.
That's crazy, dude.
And if you haven't seen the movie Gasland, you should watch it because what happened in Texas and other southern states were actually affected by the gas industry from hydraulic fracking the land, and it literally contaminated all people's waters, and it caused hair loss, it caused serious immune system issues and stuff, probably cancer bleeding. So I mean,
Dang.
the states back then had like serious lawsuits on their hands for what they're doing.
Well, for everyone out there, and especially for Man Against the Masses, this is a new bottle, and I drink
I was going to
bottled
ask,
water.
like, hey man, Capri Sun, does that mean there's no more Topo Chico?
Oh no, I'm a Topo Chico head all day, man. This is I wonder if I can open it with this. Oh, this is my spike. It's a D2 spike. I forgot the name of the company that made it, but this thing is solid. It's like triple M CPM D2 number 142. So it's number 142 of like 500 that they made. I want to put this on my gear as like a kind of like a backup to like for weapon retention. Like if someone ever grabs your gun, something you can grab close by and kind of, you know, it's the get off my gun tool. But also having a solid steel spike is just an excellent tool to have on you for stabbing and prying.
Shoot, you know what, Dark? It just reminded me. You're in Virginia, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit. How long has it been? It's been. Oh shit! It's been almost 9 months. 8 9 months. What was it? Palestine, Iowa? Was it or Ohio? Yeah, Palestine, Ohio.
Oh
Ohio.
yeah.
Yeah, that the water spill just went all across their states, so it might be affected by that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably like I don't know, 6 to 8 hours away from there, but maybe it took 9 months to slowly travel over here.
It went to the lakes,
You know?
dude. So who knows what happened?
Yeah, seriously, it could have been taken anywhere. I mean, there are bodies of water that could definitely bring it to Virginia for sure.
The farthest I saw it last was in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, which is much closer to where I'm at. Where's my bottle opener? Hold on.
You mean the auto key card bottle opener you have?
Yeah, no, don't say that. If Dark wants to get his door kicked in, or I mean, if Rich wants to get Dark's door kicked in,
You know, it's stupid they're doing that. You know, all right, they're worried about it etching on a piece of metal, but they're not worried about the gangs using Chinese auto sears out in the cities.
oh, dude, they're not worried about it. They're literally
They're refusing to
imprisoning
prosecute.
men. Oh no, no, no. I was saying that they're not just worried about it. They are. I mean, I would have never guessed. We were having a conversation today about the auto key card case. First off, let me start by saying this: the guys that are in the Palmetto State Armory thread, and yes, Rich, I'm going to say,
Oh
it,
yeah.
the dudes that were talking in the Palmetto State Armory thread.
Did you see the comment I dropped?
No, I didn't go. I had to turn it off and stop reading it. I just want to say that you guys, the dudes that are in the Palmetto State Armory thread talking about CRS, like he's the like the ATF is the victim here. You guys are the biggest bunch of vaginas I have ever heard. One dude
The
was
Vagina
like,
of the Year award.
some people just need to know that poking of the bear just shouldn't happen, and they
Was
just
that the
need
guy
to
that wait? Was that the guy
Mark
that refused to
26
sign the amicus brief?
Mark 26 mod 0 or mod 1 or something like that. Yeah, you buddy. He was like, we just need to understand that the NFA is the law of the land, and that poking the bear is going to get you in trouble. Like, you're a fucking bitch. And for anyone to jump in and say, now guys, okay, this is DLD after dark. Okay. So if you got your kids watching this shit, then it's not safe for kids. All right. There's cursing, and we talk about stuff that's not child friendly. So get the kids out the room, all right?
This is the adult swim area.
Yes, yes. So for
I
those,
dropped a comment. I said the ATF attempted to silence Hoover, Crump, and myself. Also, anyone that is not ready to stand up for your First and Second Amendment rights should just go bow and kiss the King of England's ring.
there you go. These
You know what?
dudes,
Top that. How about just kiss Xi Jinping's ring right now?
yeah, these dudes are going to PSA. They're buying their guns, they're buying their braces, they're exercising their rights, and then they're polishing their muzzles, and then they're putting their shit back in their safe, and they're doing nothing. And then these fuckers had the balls to be like, well, so and so, with what happened with CRS, all these gun tubers that used to get really buck and poke the bear, I'm not hearing a peep out of them, and they're all scared. And that guns and gadgets guy wouldn't even report on the CRS thing. You could see how scared he was in his face. And then this fucker, I wish I remembered his username, he had the nerve to be like, CRS got what was coming to him. He didn't just poke the bear, he rattled the cage and then got surprised that he got eaten or whatever. And then he was like, he also lied, saying that his only source of income was YouTube because he worked at his family's FFL and he was an SOT. Shut the fuck up. You think that he's getting money from his dad? First off, he never even took a paycheck from CRS Firearms, the pawn shop. His only income was YouTube and anything related to YouTube, sponsorships, merch, and shit like that. Just because you think, oh, someone's family owns a business, therefore they're getting money from that, fuck off, dude. Wipe the Dorito crust off your fucking fingers and read a book and do something positive with your life instead of talking shit about people that are actually doing real. I mean, he put his life on the fucking line. Did CRS do stupid shit? Yes, absolutely. Did he do anything wrong?
No.
Did he break a law? No. and everyone's referring to the fucking key cards as if it was his idea and his business and his thing. He was sponsored by them. It wasn't
He
even
took
like it,
advertising.
God, it's I get so many things running in my head right now. I'm just mad. So it's probably not even
Oh,
sounding.
and I just want to let you guys know, there's always a metric boatload ton of shit we can't say.
Typical mainstream gun tuber. Oh yeah, there's so much shit that we can't talk about.
No, here's a question that I could be civil about, obviously. Since when is the Second Amendment a crime to be a right?
Yeah, it's been converted to a privilege right in front of us.
No, it's been turned into a crime. All right, why does the NFA have to dictate whether I can own a machine gun or not? Well, of course, because I have to pay a $200 tax stamp or wherever they want me to in order to have that.
If you're allowed to, and here's the funny thing, and I totally agree with you. The other funny thing is that people were saying, well, he blah blah blah, whatever. They're talking about the amount of tax stamps that it would have been. So if he sold like a couple thousand or a few thousand, then the ATF is mad that they didn't get money for that. But hold on, guys. If those are machine
can't.
guns, they would be post 86 machine guns. If they were, they're not, which means they wouldn't have even gotten a $200 tax stamp because you cannot register a machine gun that is manufactured post May of 86. So fuck
And
off.
and the crazy thing is that the BHF even tested those out in multiple lowers and it failed.
Yeah, and they literally had to machine the inside of the lower to make it work. You know why? Here's the crazy thing. So everyone on this fucking PSA, guys, I usually don't ask stuff of you, but if you guys have time, if you just Google search Laura Coffer Taylor and you scroll down, look through like, to the top 10 lists that come up, one of them that's going to pop up is the Palmetto State Armory thread. I didn't even know they had threads, and it's talking about CRS's case. The shit they are saying about Matt, CRS, and gun tubers in general is disturbing, right? And they're saying basically, when are they just going to accept that the NFA is the law of the land and whatever? He poked the bear, he deserves to go to jail. He's making money hand over fist. You don't know shit, all right? The fact that people are saying this shit about things they literally know nothing about, and things that other people know a lot about and maybe can't or shouldn't say things, right? I wanted to get in there and talk shit, but I didn't. But the world that we're in right now, the our current society has made a lot of us soft, and they're making us soft purposefully so we don't fight and so we don't teach our children to fight because they don't want us independent. They fear our independence more than anything. And that's why we're literally under attack right now by all these other nations, by everything from fucking Chinese spy balloons coming in and sucking up all of our data and doing whatever God knows what with it, by everything from COVID to fentanyl to porn to everything. We are under attack, and the people that are running our country, the top 5% of our country, are literally ripping it away from us and turning us, the people that let me take a breath. Okay. To the people that value independence, freedom, and liberty, we are becoming the enemies, and we are becoming the dangerous ones because they are sympathetic to these enemy nations because they are in their pockets. They're washing money hand over fist from everywhere, from Ukraine to China, Russia. All these fucks are involved in all of this shit that's compromising our fucking nation. It is literally happening at the hands of our leaders, and there's nothing we can do. And Trump is not going to save us. The next president is not going to save us. We can't vote our way out of this. There's not one person, one thing, or one term that is going to make the impact that we need to change the direction of our country. Sorry, I'll take a breath now.
I think you're not wrong, but at the same time, this is what I've been telling people since the day one. It's been a long time since it's been on YouTube. The gun community is a divided, toxic shithole. And I don't mean like the community, hey, does good things. I'm saying there's people and sects within the community that always shit on each other and not want to help out another.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, just like we're saying, right? There's people in that thread, right, that obviously are
The first
enjoying.
post in the thread was even wrong. It's like I was trying to watch the case on YouTube, the CRS Firearms Auto Key Card case, but there's not enough hours of the day to watch
You
all
know
this
what?
stuff. Like,
Here's a funny
case
point.
wasn't on YouTube.
Yeah, here's a funny point I want to point out. If they actually cared, and if it was like one day and their business was gone, they'd probably think twice for even making that.
Oh, say it one more time.
If I was in their shoes and they were rambling all this shit on their thread, imagine if what the government could do is take out your business, say, hey, you know what? Your business is gone. It's ours now.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is that they could be like actual paid subverts. It could be government agents or Chinese.
Who knows, dude?
But
But
I'm imagining that these are people that are enjoying their God-given rights, right? And I encourage everyone, go to PSA, buy your guns, your parts, your braces, get good deals on them. Like a PSA dagger is a freaking Glock 19 for $250. What? Yeah, do it, right? It's great. But these people are coming in and they are enjoying their rights. At the same time, they're not willing to fight for it, and then they're shaming other people that are fighting for it, and then they're saying that essentially, if Matt's not the victim, then they're saying that the ATF is the victim, and that we just need to understand that the NFA is the law of the land. And I'm not telling anyone to break the law. Excuse me. I'm not telling anyone to break the NFA. But if you don't poke the bear, if you don't fight, then how would you ever expect for us to make any progress? And Alan, the lawyer that came on your show, Rich, with you and Crump, he
Mhm.
said one thing, and he said it well. We are making progress when it comes to firearm stuff. And yes, I totally agree. The community is extremely divided. It is like divided completely. It's a spider fracture into dozens of groups, right? One of the smaller groups being gun building and printing and shit, right? But the the win with New York State Rifle Pistol Association, the wins that we're headed towards with unfinished frames and receivers and
receiver.
braces and all these things, like where the Ninth Circuit Court, Ninth Circuit Butterfly Knife Case Court, like all these wins we're having, like those are great. We are making some progress, right? And it's even changed my perspective where at one point I was like, all this court case shit, all it's not making an impact, right? But now I'm sitting back and I'm watching and I'm seeing we are making an impact. We are taking chips out of the block. We are, making forward movement. And Alan, when he came on your show, the guy that was a part of the Stambolier case in Hawaii, the Ninth Circuit Butterfly Knife and Strange and Unusual Weapons case, he said government will continue to get bigger and more invasive unless you chip away at it with lawsuits.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that I would not have believed that if you told me 2-3 years ago. I would have been like, no, you got to chip away at it with 3200 fps 55 grain projectiles. Kidding, I'm not being serious, I'm being hyperbolic, but there's only a few ways to chip away at a boulder, right? But I believe now that that is one of the ways to chip away at the boulder. Just my thoughts. Hey, Vanessa Kitty, Nelson Coins, great to see you.
PK.
Looks like he scrubbed it and covered and caved to his agent's advice. What are we talking about? Cookie math common core. Okay, I don't know. I missed. That's why they wanted CRS so bad, because he was helping people with court shit so that's another thing, right? So people aren't looking at the aspect of that, like, yes, he was we'll call it a gun tuber, right? He was a loud voice. He was a very unpolished voice, and he was the dude that would just show up with a t-shirt with the literal sleeves cut off and half done tattoos and be like, "F y'all," like he was just that was him. I'm
It's funny. I
saying,
was talking to Erica and Matt tonight about it precisely that.
yeah. I mean, he got that, kind of rugged, unpolished look, but a lot of people resonate with that, right?
And
And
that's exactly what I pointed out. So, all right.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, hold on really quickly though, just to finish the thought. The thing is that it's not just that he had reach. It's not just that he had over 120, 130,000 subscribers, that he had millions of views, millions and millions of watch minutes and all that shit. It's that when people were in trouble with the gay TF or other federal organizations, he would point it out. He would point out corruption. He would raise money for them, and he would be crowdfunding, not for himself. He would never take a dollar from any of that shit, and he would help people get out of trouble. And just like Anthony said, that I think it was Anthony, that is huge, right? And we've all done that too. It instantly makes you a target. Sorry, go ahead, Rich.
So Dark and I have actually been talking about this, but look, Crump and I both deal with IT, high-end IT kind of stuff. I do cloud engineering. Crump does similar type work.
Yeah, me
Dark
too.
does not, but Crump and Dark are some of the smartest people I know. I count Matt
Aw,
Hoover up there,
thanks,
and
man.
Dark is smart with the soft skills. That's bigger resource on that
Oh, what you said, a smart whip, a soft skill. Hold on, what? Say it again.
with the soft skills, with interpersonal skills.
Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha.
Dude.
Like when people say, "Oh, my friend died," I'm not like, "Oh, was he Obama's cook?" Doo-doo-ts.
I'm
Yeah.
sure he's embarrassed about that, all right?
I know. I just got to rub it in a little bit. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
So,
I'm not great with hard skills.
in when I say I'm talking tech, I went from tech, like cloud engineering to all that shit. But Matt is wicked fucking smart, and he's a guy that should have went to college. I told him that again today, because his analytical abilities are off the charts. He's
Yeah.
really wicked smart about the analytics.
He is. He's
But
extremely intelligent, and he thinks in linear paths, right? Like you're talking about analysis and thinking of analytics and
yeah,
things.
pattern
He's like,
analytics. He's amazing at it.
yeah,
It's just like I look at stuff. I'm like, I don't get it.
yeah.
Don't get it.
From
He's like, oh no, this. I'm like, what?
Yeah, from inception to outcome, he will walk you through and be like, boom, 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 boom equals boom. Just do it. Like he thinks in a very linear path. But he's remarkably intelligent. He's not gonna quote you word for word how to win friends and influence people. Right, like there's different
Now,
levels of
now,
intelligence.
Matt can barely read. I hate to like out that,
No,
but
literally, yeah.
Matt can barely read, which again doesn't take away from his level of intelligence. It even makes it more. It makes him more special and more intelligent because of that.
Yeah.
Because he has to keep I got a freaking notebook, reminders, all that kind of crap, just so I can, whatever. When he does a video, it's all up here.
Yeah.
Now when I do a video, I'm doing ad hoc, or I may have a few minor bullet points. It's rare that I actually write a script or anything like that. But he'll, consume an article, ingest it, and then I think this is his magic. Is look, Crump, Dark, and I we talk on a higher, a more college level for the most part. And if my daughter does joke with me that, because right now I'm podcasting, I turn this way, here's my work computer. And that when I'm in meetings, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I've never heard you talk like that. You sound so professional." It's like, yeah, that's business speak in the different language that we talk. Now, what Matt's superpower really is is he'll read an article or consume an article with all the big words and all that kind of crap in it, and talk to people how most of the people in the country communicate.
Yeah.
They fumble on the big words, and John often is like, yeah, you got to keep it like an 8th grade level or 5th grade level. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to treat my audience like they're dumb and don't understand the big words, and if they don't, that's an opportunity for them to learn. I think Matt, a couple of reasons, Matt like just syncs with his audience is because of the way he communicates to them. He communicates like anybody else. It's not like you're getting the information from one of these polished, ABC, CBS, NBC reporters.
Or someone like Four Boxes Diner, who is a
Yes,
very skilled, very highly educated community.
Yes.
He
yes.
communicates very well, right?
Yes.
But like, I left high school at 15. Everyone's path and everyone's level of education is different, and I think that like one of the ways that Matt really sells it is when he gives information, he believes, even if later on it turns out to be incorrect or whatever, and he'll self-correct on in his channel. He's done it before. But he is committed to that information that he's given, and he is 100% confident of it. And that's why I think that's why he sells it so well when he's doing videos, because like when someone is delivering information that they believe, they're committed to that message that they're conveying. And I think he does that really well. Later, Mike McClune. Have a good night, brother.
No, I wasn't really educated through firearms a lot, but Coop actually educated me on something about the NFA. I mean, everybody knows about the 1934 NFA, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
89 years. It's 2023. I mean, who would have thought a Thompson Center and Arms Company, which is going to be in federal court, they bring in a case where here's an upper of a pistol and here's a lower of a rifle. Man, they would quote the intent for somebody to actually make this into a criminal felony.
Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. Thompson Center also came out with so if a muzzleloader is not a firearm, then a silencer that is permanently affixed to a non-firearm could also never be a firearm. They love pushing the envelope, though they've only done it a few times.
And they made it a 50 cal.
Yeah, and most muzzleloaders are 50s, but that's impressive.
I was just looking back on the NFA. I mean, this is just the most ridiculous thing we've had for 89 years.
Oh, it's crazy. Can we talk about Miller? And how Miller has been completely turned around against us and bastardized. Like when Miller was caught with a sawed-off shotgun, he was told that the reason that sawed-off shotgun with a barrel less than 18 inches was not legal is because, as the Supreme Court, they had said that firearm is not protected by your natural rights that are protected by the Second Amendment, because it's not a firearm that is in common use by our military. And if you from this is kind of what I'm surmising from what they said, if your Second Amendment right is for the purpose of a militia, then it should be based on military arms, right? Now, so he wasn't protected because his gun wasn't a military style firearm. Now, moving forward, nearly a century later, they're saying, oh, your Second Amendment rights are not, obviously the rights are given to you by your creator and God and the universe, whoever you think your God is, right? But, they're natural rights. Those rights are certainly not for military style firearms. That's insane. I'm like, hold on. Are we like how did y'all
They argue every side of the argument depending on how it suits them. Look at the ATF. They'll argue that a suppressor is a firearm and then argue that it is not.
Yeah. My Form 4 for both of my they're silencers, right? They're technically silencers by the ATF. Both of them say firearm. Yeah, silencer slash muffler. Both of them say firearm. They say that they are themselves a firearm. If I remove a baffle out of one, right, and then I keep that baffle here and send the rest to Gym Tech to be repaired, and then they say, "Hey, it's done, it's destroyed," and then they destroy it, and then I tell the ATF, "Hey, it's been destroyed, it was unrepairable, so remove that from the NFA." And then one day I get caught with that baffle. You know what happens, right?
You go to jail.
Yeah, I'm bunking with Matt.
Hmm.
So it the shit that they're doing is just it's all overstepping. Now,
But
why? Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to point out with the suppressors. Since when is the last time you've seen a cartel or even a mafia using a suppressor? I have never seen a criminal organization ever use a
Well,
suppressor.
you know, all of the suppressor deaths every year are just overwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, people are constantly being beat over the head with suppressors.
And
You know,
and of course, you know, 50 cals have to be outlawed in individual states because of all the 50 cal deaths every year.
Well,
of
and
course.
Mexico's trying to lawsuit us for that, for the cartels using the bare 50s.
Dude, it is never
Just
about,
ridiculous.
of course, it's insane. It's never about actually keeping us safe, right? If it were truly about keeping us safe, what would be the first thing that they would outlaw?
Pistols.
Yeah, handguns, pistols.
They actually did. They almost did under an NFA.
That's true. That's correct. They stopped and they said, actually, there's no way we're going to be able to get that slid in there.
Oh,
It's
and
not the affray. It's not dangerous or unusual. Handguns are extremely popular.
and guess what? The NRA benefited off of it.
Yeah. The NRA stands for not real activists.
You know what I call them?
What's that?
Not real Americans.
Mm, yeah, they're a bunch of dirtbags. And I hope people listening right now, we got like 70 people in here. I hope you guys understand, so some people when they first get into the firearm world and they get into the gun community and they go buy a gun, then they go to a gun show and the NRA is always out there, or people representing the NRA, and they get their stickers and whatever and they sign up because they're so used to hearing. Typically these are people that may have come over from a different political idea system or whatever, right? um they keep hearing that the NRA is the one that's, it's all bullshit, right?
You
But
think
Well, the Congress, you know, whenever the lefties talk about, you know, gun groups, they're like, oh, you know, the money the NRA spends. I'm like, yeah, you don't know shit.
dude, they didn't
Compare
even
that.
make the top 100 donors.
Hmm.
because people are pulling out. They're tired of the corruption. They're tired of Wayne LaPierre being like Jimmy
But
Hoffa. It's
you know,
no longer.
there's other, you know, Monsanto and whoever else.
Yeah.
They're the top donors to Congress.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I saw a reel on Instagram today, and actually Kurt24 sent it to me, and it was a girl,
Mhm.
just a seemingly like normal chick, she wasn't in like full kit or anything. She was just a regular chick, and she was like the this is kind of the breakdown. The top 1% uh controls, is running the world, and that top 1% that's running the world controls the 4% below them. They're the puppets. And then 90% of the world is asleep, have no idea what's going on around them. The other 5% is us that are aware, that are trying to, get information out there and show people that they're, being programmed and attacked essentially. And that's why we're just constantly silenced. It's basically 5% versus 5%. I think maybe I should keep my thoughts to myself with that one. I'm just saying, if you put group A versus group B, who are you going to put your money on? I know which 5% I'd put my money on.
You know, funny. It's funny you mention that, Dark. It's like the media is like they see Biden as the big savior on the left side. I'm like, guys, his poll numbers are dropping, and nobody wants to support this guy. He's destroying our economy. He's aiding and abetting foreign countries, and he's not helping our. Let's put it this way: like places like Hawaii, or how about Palatine, Ohio?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is literally not helping out our country.
No, I mean he's actively destroying it. I it's really interesting when you look at Hawaii and all of the people that I've been seeing pointing this out. It's kind of bizarre. It's like the fire in Maui was literally so hot that it was melting steel, which that sounds like
It's like hell
know,
on earth.
it's like a directed energy weapon level of heat, right?
Yep.
Um, and then all of not all of, but a lot of the properties that were burned down,
Mhm.
they're learning that they were a bunch of zoning infractions. So insurance is not covering the replacement cost. And guess what? The land is going to be purchased by
BlackRock.
by the elites. We'll just call them the elites. And these were all parcels that had attempted to be purchased in the past, and they had all said no, that they were not selling.
And so what happens is
But hang on, Oprah, Lady Gaga, Will Smith, Julia Roberts, all these, there's like 20 people that own these huge, I mean, crazy mansions in Maui, and all of them were completely untouched. And all of those people are sympathetic to, that top 1% and top 4%.
That's disturbing.
Taco Syndicate says that the fire hydrants weren't working either. What?
Sounds like sabotage.
100% directed energy weapon.
wow,
Directed
Oprah's
energy weapon.
Maui mansion is really nice.
It is, and it's still there. Let me see. Tell me Hawaii was. No, not a land grab setup. I 100% believe it was Vanguard, BlackRock. Yeah, for sure. BlackRock is reported to already be there with offers to landowners. I believe it. Sabar, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Sabar, you're going to see that you are now a channel member because John Crump came in and bought 60 channel memberships tonight. So you can thank him. Hey, Christy, good to see you. Let's see, just making sure. If it walks like a duck, yep. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's nuts. And it's almost like we may have recently had some other fires somewhere else that were also very peculiar, but I don't know. I can't remember. Right offhand. California, Canada. I don't know. It's some crazy shit, y'all.
Speaking of Canada, even though as American, I feel for them. They're our neighbor, they're close like us, they're cousins.
Yeah.
They had freedom like us, dude.
They did at one point, and now look at them.
And I welcome them to come to this country. Any freedom-loving Canadian up there, you're more than welcome to come down here.
Well, there's fires in Houston now? What?
What the hell's going on?
Dude, I'm looking at everything that's been happening. It's so bizarre, right? Like,
wait. Let me backtrack this in time frame. Okay, so we had Palatine, Iowa. You had another one after that, which was another train wreck. Okay, what was also going on there after that? Tornadoes. We had a bunch of tornado incidences. And we got fires in Hawaii. Now we got another one here in Houston. Okay, yeah, there's some weird going on here.
So Detective John Kimball says, I know for a fact the ones in California were caused by unmaintained power lines. I don't know about Canada and Maui, though. I believe you. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, Canada was super bizarre because, I mean, it looked like almost like a pattern, like the areas that were being burnt. I mean, dude, I remember walking outside and just the whole air in Virginia was just covered with dust and debris. And I took my goon beam and I shined it up in the light, and you could see all the just ash and shit in the air from, I don't know, over 1,000 miles away. It's crazy.
Please tell me you weren't inhaling that shit.
No, I walk right back the fucking side.
You
It's
could
like,
wear a
fuck
gas
this.
mask if you were going out there.
Yeah, yeah. I do need to get a gas mask, man. I was gonna order a mirror safety mask, and I just been slacking, man. Dude, it's almost senseless to have all the guns, gear, ammo, of course, water, food, all this shit, but to not have a way to breathe if if shit gets bad, that's not good.
So,
The
All
first
right.
thing I should get is
So
a gas mask.
basically, I'm just looking at Oprah's place on Google Earth,
Mhm.
and pretty much there is there's some trees along roadways on her property, but pretty much for 10 acres in any direction, it's clear. There's no brush, there's no nothing to catch fire.
The Houston Fox News affiliate said it would take a day to extinguish the Houston fires a day ago, and they're still spreading. Dang. Yeah, dude, I remember I went out to Houston and Houston and Katy, Texas. This was when Hurricane Harvey hit, and we just went out there to help people. And when natural disasters like that occur, it just takes everything out of people. And I'm looking at people that had their entire homes destroyed, that were just like standing out on their front lawn with all their shit out there, just trying to dry off everything. And we were going around, we were giving out pizza and water, and just trying to like help people. We literally would just pull up and be like, "Hey, you need help?" And they're like, I don't know. I don't have anything to give." We're like, "No, we're just trying to help people. No cost, no charge, no tricks, no nothing." And we started making care packages. And what honestly made me like almost tear up was like when we were making these care packages, it's the shit that like you can't even like think of that you're gonna need. We're packing like tampons and like deodorant and soap and like just like the, I don't know. So I was loading all that stuff up, and then we went to churches, schools, and just literally went around giving them to people that were um just their whole homes were flooded. Yo, this one lady's house, literally, she was like hawking us when we were basically pulling all the furniture out, right?
Mhm.
Pulling up all the carpet up and out, because it was done, it was trash. And then bring the furniture out to the front yard and driveway, and if it dries off, it dries off. If it doesn't, whatever. And this lady was like hawking us when we were in her room, and I was like, that's weird. And then we had to take all the drawers out of the dresser, and there's like, I swear to God, a dozen vibrators and dildos in there. I was like, ugh. I was like, I don't want to touch anything. Yeah, sorry. But I also helped in um White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, when the floods came through there, man. And they're in this just valley, right? So they're so low that when the floods hit, like there were bodies drifting on the golf course. Like it was so bad. The fences around the government buildings that were like, big ass, like 8-9 feet tall fences, roughly, basically became filters for the water. So they were picking up all this like shit and debris and trash and all this stuff. So you saw like how high the water line was on these tall ass fences, and you just saw just bodies washed up on the golf course and like all the shit. So like real natural disasters, like they just take so much out of you, but then it's also an opportunity to kind of for everyone to come together, right? If the United States government is actively doing something to cause those types of disasters, man, in my opinion, people that are doing things like that should be sentenced to forever sleep. I didn't smell the bodies directly, but the town smelt like sewage and decomposing bodies. The whole town. It's right next to the Greenbrier, and it was hard to eat, it was hard to drink, it was hard to, just because of that smell. It was yeah, it was bad. G23 reviews. Would you only review Glock 23s?
He's the Glock man.
All right, guys, I got to drop.
All right, brother. I appreciate you.
Take care,
Later,
bro.
man.
Let's see. Anyone else, if you want to jump in for a little bit before we cut out, you're welcome to. But I am going to be wrapping it up here shortly. I do think there's more to this. I do think there's more to this life and world that we will maybe never understand. Why are most fire departments in the U.S. volunteers? There are a lot of volunteers, but it's because you have to volunteer to become a paid firefighter. Yeah, the smell was disgusting. I mean, it was, think of like black water, like sewage, and like decomposing animals and bodies. But get this. So as you're going through and you're seeing people's entire lives on their front lawns, and there's corpses all over the place. I mean, not all over the place, right? But it was bad. There was a story. I met a kid. He was like 16, 17.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid, his grandmother lived alone. And I mean, I'm telling you, there was a point where this water in some places in the valley was up 5 to 6 feet. Like it was insane. Watermarks up to damn near like 2/3 up to the ceiling of homes, and shit like that. So this kid was, I don't know, like a mile and a half, or I think it was under 2 miles from his grandmother, who lived alone, who was immobile. She could not walk, and she was in her recliner by herself, and her grandson was going to come back, but the rains and the water like hit so quickly, he literally had to swim over a mile to get his grandmother. By the time he got to his grandmother, the water was like up to her stomach, and she was just sitting in the chair waiting to die because she was immobile. She couldn't move, she couldn't get up, she couldn't do anything. And he grabbed her and put her on his back and swam her back to his family's house that was up at a higher point. Like, crazy shit, man. Actually was in the newspaper for helping those people. Pretty sure my dog is half skinwalker. Interesting. Yes, decomposing or burnt bodies are a smell you never forget. Yeah. That wasn't the first time that I smelled a corpse, but it wasn't like I wasn't right there. The police were walking with cadaver dogs locating bodies on the golf course, but it's like the smell is just like in the air, right? It's like, it's a saying, right? People say like the smell is in the air, or like if you've ever smelt like a bunch of blood in the air, like that smell of like iron and like that kind of thing. It's just everywhere. The fire of London also melted metal. Also, no bodies were found, just piles of what looked like coal. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, how hot does it have to get to melt metal? I mean, I guess it depends if we're talking steel or what. I don't know. It's just hard for me to believe that there is not governmental meddling in this type of shit when I know that they have capabilities to mess with the weather, with radio waves, with data, with all of our cameras, all of our, I mean, their capabilities are endless, so it would not be shocking to me at all. But I'm not breaking any news. I don't know anything. I'm just saying it's very odd that all this shit is happening, and then all this shit with, like, we're coming up on an election year, and shit is probably going to be lit next year.
Hmm.
I don't even think we're going to be having an actual election. What do you think is going to happen next year?
If we're going to win or lose, it's not going to be a good outcome. Let's put it that way. And I'm not talking about the winner. I'm talking about the riots. If there's going to be riots,
Yeah.
I just don't want that shit to happen. Like we already went through that 2 years of COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's I think no matter what, we're all going to be losers in the end, you know. Did you see that poll that I just saw it on earlier today? Tim Cass dropped a video and he had said that I forgot the wording that they used, but they basically said 30 million people say that political violence is needed for there to be a change at the next election. What actually happened is that they polled like 3,600 people, and 360 of them said that political violence was needed to either keep Trump out of office or to put Trump into office. And the 360 people that said political violence was needed to, whatever, achieve whatever outcome, 50% of it was half the number of people on the right said that political violence should be used. So there are literally 2 times the amount of, leftist extremists that are saying political violence should be used. Now, I'm sure they weren't referring to them, right? They probably don't want to commit the violence to make it a thing. But the people on the right were probably saying they were willing to commit the violence. You know what I mean? It's just kind of crazy. We're forced to think that this right and left thing, this that people on the right are armed and dangerous and all that. Dude, I've seen people on the left Antifa rallies where people are in full kit with ballistic helmets and ARs and like dressing just like you would expect anyone to come to like a 2A rally, you know. So those people are just as well armed as we are.
And here's the thing: they're allowed to have the freedom to go out and protest and do whatever they want or wherever the hell they want, even though it probably looks pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
In countries like in Iran or China or say North Korea, it's a death sentence.
Yeah, that's true. Crypto, what's up, bro? Yeah, that's true. I mean, anyone, any what dissidents, I guess, in China, Korea, if you even speak out against the leadership, you're done. Which that's also very 1984-ish, you know.
You were talking about the construction, like stuff collapsing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine sent me this. Mind if I just show you real quick? I'll break it off so you don't get a copyright.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is happening in China, dude. This is their construction.
Construction, China's poorly constructed buildings made with foundation and building materials that are poorly mixed due to a lack of funding. That's because the project lead and management swallowed up money due to rampant corruption and graft. It's an ongoing issue in China. The result is dangerous living quarters and infrastructure that are prone to collapse, like bridges, roads, and buildings. In 2008, an 8.0 magnitude earthquake took many buildings under, including hundreds of school buildings, and many were tofu-drag projects. It killed thousands of students and tens of thousands of lives were claimed. The CCP covered it up as it was close to the 2008 Olympics in Beijing, and any subsequent investigations by citizen journalists were punished, including jail time. I'm David Zhang. This is China Insider. Subscribe for more on China.
Dang.
This
That's
is
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some crazy things. Did you see the settlements that China is building in Africa?
Dude, that's disturbing. They're spreading more of their influence all over there, even in the Middle East.
It's nuts. And then very recently, that company Flannery and Associates, or Flannery, whatever,
hmm
they bought like $1.2 billion worth of land right around that Air Force base. Let me see if I can pull up the picture. I got a map of the properties that they bought. It's pretty crazy.
Well, it's even crazier now. I don't know if you heard about Niger, right? In Africa.
Yeah, yeah.
The Russians are now trying to actually get themselves involved in that country.
I believe it. All right, so this is the red parcels are Flannery owned parcels, and the black right there is Travis Air Force Base.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, which is right next to the Pacific and is one of the most like pivotal points. Like if we needed to like scramble jets, aircraft carriers, I mean, they would have like open access to do whatever. It's crazy.
You ever seen? Just thinking about this. I mean, you've seen the movie Red Dawn, right?
Yeah, which one? The first one or second one?
Doesn't matter, but you get the whole gist of it.
Yeah.
There's actually a video game based on, if it was wrong, there was actually an invasion from the Russians or the Chinese. The game's called World in Conflict. You go look it up. It's in California, just like what you're showing on the map there. It's based on that premise.
Dang. Well, I mean, with the amount of land that they're procuring and the amount of land that like Bill Nye the Science Guy Gates is procuring, and the shit with the mosquitoes, dude, that's terrifying. They released what maybe 200,000 genetically mutated mosquitoes to test for vaccinations, to basically test if they'll like reproduce and be able to like reproduce the same types of mosquitoes that are genetically modified that could vaccinate people. Like that is absolutely terrifying.
We're talking experimentation mosquitoes.
Yeah. I mean, they were released. They are.
That's biowarfare then, technically.
Yeah, it 100% is. Let me pull it up here. So GMO mosquitoes. So I think they were in Texas.
And they just release these things?
Yep, 200,000 of them, I believe. So, okay, genetically modified mosquitoes. Okay. Let me find out. I got to find the right article here. Let me pull it up here. Share screen. Okay, so let's see if this is a biased article or. Yeah, I don't think this is the right one. Let me pull up a different one. Okay, so let's take that out and just search genetically modified mosquitoes. Released. Okay. Oh no, that's 20. Oh, this is 2021.
It's like a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's
pre-COVID.
Yikes. Bill Gates tied mosquito. Okay, here it is. It's one of those whack ass websites with like paywalls popping up all over the freaking place. I hate that shit. All right, so I got it here. Oh my god, no, decline, stop. All right, let me pull this up. Share screen. Okay, so keep in mind this is AP News, right? So it's the Associated Press. So a Bill Gates tied mosquito project is not responsible for recent U.S. malaria cases. Funny how they say that. Cases reported in Florida and Texas recently were caused by a disease. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation doesn't finance any modified mosquito release projects in the U.S., and experts say the types of mosquitoes that are used for that initiative in Florida are not capable of transmitting malaria. Okay, well, what are they capable of transmitting? mRNA vaccines? Okay, don't quote the CDC, buddy, because I don't trust anything about the CDC. Fun fact, you know who took out the first patent on the COVID vaccine trials and tracking and tracing and all that in the year 2020? The CDC.
Center for Disease Control.
Yep. So let's see. I want to see the one that actually admits to it being funded by Bill Gates and also that they were actually released. Video on social media, genetically modified mosquitoes, fact check. I don't trust any of that shit. Okay, Bill Gates announces $168 million to develop next generation. I don't know. I can't find it. I'll have to pull up the article that I saw, but essentially, Bill Gates and basically provided the majority of the funding for 200,000 genetically modified mosquitoes, and they had just released 200,000 of them to test the efficacy of using mosquitoes for vaccination. They had said that it was about malaria and some other, diseases, but I honestly think that they're trying to put it out for mRNA vaccines. If this were, malaria related, I find it highly unlikely that it's going to be about malaria. Of course, they're going to say it's about a really scary mosquito-driven, disease, but they're talking about putting mRNA vaccines in our. I mean, it's already been stated that it's in our lettuce, in our veggies, in our food, in our meat. Oh man, we want to talk about the meat shit going on. Sorry, guys. This isn't exactly an uplifting episode. I apologize, guys. We're just kind of talking about real shit that's going on. Okay. We actually had a malaria outbreak in the northern central Florida area just last month, like a dozen cases, if I recall. Dang, that's crazy.
One insect I always hated in my lifetime was always a mosquito.
Dude, mosquitoes are fucking terrible little shits.
All right, if you don't like mosquitoes, let me ask you this: do you like hornets?
I do not enjoy hornets at all.
Neither do I. Dude, they sting like nasty, dude, especially with their stingers.
Dude, they're brutal. Hornets, wasps.
Bees I'm fine with, but not hornets.
When I got hit by a bee, I actually kind of found it interesting to pull the stinger out, and I also kind of felt like a little adrenaline, like whoo, like okay, One thing I'll be honest, I'm not afraid of needles at all.
Well, I could tell you a horror story. So I'm digging out of the ground, right? I'm just doing some yard work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I stepped my left foot on some land, and it actually sunk in. And sure enough, I didn't realize what it was actually. It was actually a fucking ground nest of hornets, and they were covering all of my leg. And
what?
I got stung left and right, dude. I was pissed the hell because I actually felt the pain. It was so bad. I almost felt like I had to go to the hospital.
Dang, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, they put it on ice, but still. Next day, actually, I filled the thing with gasoline and lit the thing on fire.
Oh, bro, I don't blame you. How many times did you get stung?
Last time I checked, it was like 7 stingers.
Dang, that's crazy.
But still, I felt like if I got more of them on me, it was bad, dude. It had bite marks and stingers all over me.
There was me and one of my buddies went out to an outdoor shooting range in West Virginia, and it was a really cool range. Like we were having a blast, and we were taking turns shooting this. It's a silhouette that's out at 100 yards, right? And we were doing rifle to pistol transitions and shooting the silhouette at 100 yards with our pistol. And I see him, and I got to commend him on his focus on safety first. But this freaking wasp, for some reason, I don't know if it got hit with like gas from the blowback of a suppressed rifle, or if it didn't like the sounds or the noises or him or whatever, but it stung him literally like 12 to 16 times on the back of his neck, and it just came back and it was like wham, 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 wham. And I was watching it. This thing was just like zip, 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 like thrusting and poking his ass. And dude, he got hit so many times, but he kept his weapon in a safe direction at all times until he set it down and like went away and brushed it off and got it away. And I was like, I've never seen such a dedicated attack. This was like a kamikaze bomber. This thing was like ying, 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 ying. It's crazy. Yeah.
I think hornets are bad. At least we're not in California. You heard of Africanized bees?
Yeah, yeah.
Those are nasty, and they're not even supposed to be here in America because they're actually brought in from South America to Mexico, and they came all the way up down there to California and other parts of the United States.
Dude, so many of these bugs that like aren't supposed to be here are
Invasive species.
yeah, they're hitchhikers. They come up here in, fruit and, trucks and shipments and, whatever survives, they get out and it's crazy. It's crazy. This, have you heard about the alpha gall thing?
Alpha gall?
So a bunch of people are just like randomly after a life completely free of allergies, just coming down with food allergies, more specifically food allergies to meat and to dairy. And there's been a lot of upticks in the cases of alpha gall. They're saying that alpha gall is supposed to be rare, but it's happening more frequently currently. When a certain type of tick bites a person, it can give them something called alpha gall, which is basically an allergy to all meat and dairy, that you can have like a near death reaction, like anaphylaxis to meat and dairy with this alpha gall thing. Now, some people are saying that they think it's from, the clot shot and not the ticks. I don't know.
So is it kind of like the amino efficiency disease in a sense, kind of for food?
It's weird. So the way that food allergies work, like, so for an example, my daughter has a peanut allergy, right? And which is odd because my wife doesn't have any allergies. I don't have any allergies, and it doesn't really necessarily mean anything, but whatever. What happens is it's actually how a person's blood reacts to the protein like being in their blood, because when you eat it, it's digested, it goes into your bloodstream, and then there's an actual reaction to the protein being in the blood. And that's like when we get her tested, we can test like her levels and all this shit and see kind of how it reacts. But so for this to be true, this tick would have to bite you and temporarily change the chemical makeup of your blood to react to proteins differently. And I'm not saying it's impossible, right? Because ticks can transmit Lyme's disease and all sorts of other shit. But I just kind of find it a little hard to believe. That's all I'm saying. But who knows? So she actually did eat peanuts when she was pregnant, and she also ate an ass load of peanut butter. Like every single day, she would eat apples. Not every day, but most days she would eat apples and peanut butter. Like we always had, peanut butter, peanut shit in the house. Now we don't have anything like that at all. Even touching her with the oils on my fingers, or if I like ate something with peanuts in it and gave her a kiss, she would get hives breaking out on wherever on her skin.
So she had a serious severe peanut allergy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
But not airborne. Like some people have it so bad that even if they smell it, they can have a reaction. She's not that bad though.
Well, I've seen some people get so bad they need the what the hell's it called? That shot where you gotta take it.
Yeah, the EpiPen. Yeah, I can't leave the house without an EpiPen or a the one for kids. What's it called? I forgot the name of it, but it's basically like a kid's EpiPen. I'm just drawing a blank. P38 Wilbur, what's up, brother? Good to see you. I lick apple butter on the broken deck every day. I I have a few options. I have not only some sun butter, which actually, it's a long story, but my daughter can't use that now. I have sun butter, I have almond butter, apple butter, but I also have the delicious what's that hazelnut shit called? Um, what's that shit called? The Nutella. I got Nutella. So whatever you want, ting ting. I got some options for you. All right. Well, we're almost at 3 hours here, so we're gonna go ahead and bring it to an end. I'm peanut allergic, but every encounter is different. Very true. Some encounters she just gets, a random hive here and there. Some she completely breaks out in hives. So she's never had an allergic reaction from ingestion, which is AviQ. That's the children's EpiPen, AviQ. So I don't leave the house without an EpiPen or an AviQ. That's just how life is now. But all right. So in closing, Warsaw, anything before we wrap up?
I mean, you want to quote? Do you want to just close out?
Anything you advice, closing thoughts, a quote, a Bible verse, a deck pick, anything you want.
I'll just say this: you don't know what freedom is until it's taken away from you.
Very, very good. But that was a quote, isn't it? Didn't somebody say that?
I forget who, but yeah, he said, yeah, you don't know what freedom is until it's taken away from you.
Yeah, very good point. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close out. I'll just do just because it takes like damn near 10 minutes. I'll do it solo, but I appreciate you coming on, man.
Sure thing. I appreciate the invite, man.
Yeah, man, no doubt. Take it easy. All right, everybody else here, as I close out, I just want to thank all of you guys for coming in and hanging out. I'll say this, right? I close every single time, with my typical rules, right? I always say, the whole thing: be kind, live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others, and all that. But what I would encourage you guys before I close is come up with your own rules, your own standards and expectations for yourself of who you choose to be, who you desire to be, and who you want your kids to be and your kids, right? And just make that decision and make your rules and stick to it. And it may be silly stuff, like I say all the time, like rule number 47 is to always carry a knife. Actually, it's way, 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 way higher up in the rules, but make them yours. But I think it's important that everyone establishes rules, standards, and expectations. And when you're a person of standards, your moral compass is stronger. You're just, in my opinion, your morale is harder to break when you're a person of rules, standards, and expectations. So I'll just leave you guys with that. So in closing, I'll wrap it up like I always do. Celebrate the people around you. Enjoy where we are right now, even though it may seem like tumultuous times. Love your family, love the people around you, be grateful for what you have. Never, ever, ever be what's the word? Never be like judgmental of others and hate others for what they have. And I'm dropping a blank on the word. Sorry, tonight words have been hard. My apologies. But never envy another man, right? Just go up, get out for you, whatever you want, and follow your own rules that you decide for yourself. And also support the companies that support us, right? Like we have a lot of companies around us that are really truly about the shit that we're about, right? We got Goonbeam, we got Tack Knives. These guys are awesome. The owner of Tack Knives is a pure Chad. And obviously if you use code DARK, you save 20% off your order. You can use code DARK at Goonbeam. And if you're ever looking for a way to support the channel, you can always go in the description, and I always have links and codes for people to support the channel, but also save money too. Also, if you guys are ever going to purchase anything through like PSA or Brownells or Bear Creek Arsenal or Arrow Precision or anything like that, even like Mira Safety, anything like that, I have links. I got codes and stuff like that. I don't have codes for like PSA and nobody got codes for them, but anyway, just it would be awesome to to support, because if you guys are already going to buy something, I would never ask that you spend money just to help support the channel. But if you're already gonna, and Aegis too, thank you. Yep, Aegis as well. Also, if you use code DARK, you get I think 10% off with Aegis as well. And I got links. I'll re-up the links to make sure all of them are up to date. Gideon Optics is code Glowies, and I think you get 10% off with that. But most are code DARK and then code Glowies for Gideon. Jeez, sorry guys, it's late. All right, so in closing, we'll go through the rules together, which is rule number 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. Don't be kind to them, but you know what I'm saying. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief interaction that you have with somebody else could have a massive impact on their life. So just be kind. Don't be an asshole. Scusi. Rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you give to others, when your hand is open to give, it's open to receive, right? When you bless others, you become blessed. That's the way that the world works. Rule number 3, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence, make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. But like literally always keep that thing on you, like 23 and a half hours a day, unless you are in the shower, which don't forget you should have a shower gun as well. Always keep a gun on you if you're lawfully allowed to in your state, jurisdiction, county, and all that shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Stay strapped or get clapped. That's rule number 1. Always have your tool of self-preservation on you. Also, after this ends and it gets posted to the channel, leave a comment. If you leave a comment, I'm going to be using those entries for giveaways and stuff like that too. So I'll see you guys soon. I love y'all. See you Thursday. And for anyone coming out to the Tactical Turkeys training this coming up weekend on the 19th and 20th, I'll be up there on both days, the 19th and the 20th, and sign up at tactical-turkeys.com, and it's $150 a day for intermediate pistol and intermediate rifle. It's a hell of a lot of training for a great price. So take advantage, and I'll see y'all soon. Love y'all. Be easy. Peace. Love yourself. Love your neighbor. Love your kids. Love your family. Be a good dad. Be a good husband, a good wife, a good brother, a good sister. Just be good people, man. But also be ready to open up a motherfucker at the split second if you need to.